Polita.
Is reserved for our wrestlers and coaches.
But my mom told me I had to take one, so.
I'm going to leave that here. I'm going to go man that corner because that's going to be the toughest corner. Oh, Josh.
Tara, just so you know,
Yep.
Steve needs a badge unless you just know that
I'll get him a
Steve's
badge.
here.
I'll get him a badge.
Do
Yeah.
you want me to just give him my badge?
No, I'll go grab one. But because you need to have one too. Because I will yell. It'll be like, right? So,
I don't want you to toss me out, so that's
no,
why
I'll stick Josh on.
you can toss me out. I would be all right with that. I'll go out there.
All right, let's give it the old college try. You ready? Luke, national anthem. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to high school wrestling here on Wisconsin Grappler. Bringing you the call here from St. Croix Falls. We have a D2 Team Sectional A action. Teague Fenwick joining me, as always, my commentary partner, Steve Lurkwin. Steve, it should be a beautiful day of wrestling up here in God's country.
It's going to be a great day of wrestling. We are officially above Highway 8, so us Southerners call that up north. Here we are, folks, and some people live up north every single day. Well, I get to drive there 4.5 hours up, and I am pumped. We are absolutely going to have some amazing matches. Started off St. Croix Falls and Somerset. Somerset talking to head coach Allie Peterson beforehand, and obviously his team they're pumped to be here. Obviously, they're behind the eight ball, so to speak, and really no chance to win this first one, but his team is excited for the growing opportunity. But Teague, in this round one, I guess you'd call this the first quarterfinal, right? We have Northwestern against Chetek, Weyerhaeuser, Prairie Farm, and tell you what, this is going to be a good one to see who advances into that Final Four.
Yeah, it's going to be the pattern around most of the state. Those 4-5 matches going to be pretty crucial. Get through 21 team sectionals taking place across the state. I would say that we will provide you updates on what's going on around the state, but I think once the action gets rolling here, it might be a little tough to keep track of what's going on elsewhere, as duels are starting at 157 pounds this round. So it'll be 157, starting at 165 for...
And 157 slated for Osceola is an absolute stud, and that is Cody Meyer, who is a sophomore, and judging by appearances, that's got to be Cody Meyer.
Well, Cody Meyer would be wrestling in the next round.
He would, so that's another.
It's CWPF and Northwestern we got.
Oh, that's Osceola. All right, I got you. I get you. Well, Cody Meyer is an absolute stud. So.
Osceola, the 1 seed here, the 2 seed St. Croix Central. 3-6 matchup, St. Croix Falls and Somerset.
Well, Teague, that would be Trig White, who we just saw. Somebody's trying to strangle me.
Trig,
I think,
also a hammer. Oh, you're just getting your lanyard so you don't get kicked out.
I thought I was getting choked out again.
Too long of a drive for you to be watching from the outside in today, Steve.
But, Teague, that was Trig White. Got the very quick 24-second pin. Surprised to see this team-wise. St. Croix Falls giving up a forfeit in round one. So Somerset, hey, listen. Sometimes when I cheer for our basketball team on the girls' side, they weren't all that good, but you know what? Sometimes they'd score first, and we'd chant pretty much all game long. We scored first. And Somerset's able to say that today.
That's all you can, right? Yeah, take advantage of those bragging rights. That is Isaac Briggs wrestling. Briggs, state place winner last year for the Saints.
Absolute stud.
Of course, Steve, we can get into all the lore of this sectional and whatnot. We got a lot of rounds to talk some wrestling, but we're St. Croix Falls, the defending team state champs. Northwestern, who just appears to be a team sectional mainstay.
Very
up here
much
in
so.
D2 Sectional A.
I think a little shell shock still coming off of last week, Teague. They had 4 wrestlers that took third place, but 0 qualifiers. So they have 4 guys that were 1 match away from that spot to go to the state tournament. And, I think they're here today trying to represent. I know head coach Tim Kaufman, talking to him beforehand, and this will be his if they don't qualify today, this will be his last coaching event. He's hanging it up and retiring, so done a great job with Northwestern Tigers.
Tim, been at the helm a long time.
Yeah, he said 9. Well, he's coached longer, but the head coach 9 years.
Yep.
Yeah. And we know how that goes, right? I mean, you kind of sometimes slide into that head coaching position, but you are a head coach. Or I'm sorry, you are in that coaching status for a long time before that.
I'm realizing now that our camera maybe not the most advantageous spot for blood time, but
yeah, we might have to move that a little bit. That's we'll make that adjustment.
it's over on mat 1. Briggs up 15-4 on that's Jack Mucka. Yeah, Somerset just edging out Hayward Northwood at individual sectionals. I forgot by how many points. It was within 5 though, so basically a one-match swing.
And Hayward Northwood, one of those you talked about teams that are becoming mainstays at team sectionals. Obviously, just losing out this year, but Coach Gerber doing a great job up there. Isaac
Briggs
a
gets
little,
the fall.
Little chin whip. Briggs is just a.
Yeah, that's a dense 165.
He's a stud. I'm trying to. I mean, there's not a lot of height there, but it's just solid.
We'll head to 175. We'll have Mr. Cradle, Drake Peterson from St. Croix Falls. See, we have Briar Burkhart right now with the 3-0 lead on Chautauqua's Easton Hamilton.
Team, we're going to miss Briar Burkhart. Potentially his last day of wrestling today at 30 and 15. He's kind of taken over the Westfield All Caps. Noticed that from the beginning of the year. You can always tell him right off the bat because he is named All Caps.
Wow, how about
yeah.
7-11 Easton Hamilton? Looking for a fall against Burkhart. And interesting dynamic here, Steve. Chautauqua is going to have to chase the points when they can get them because they are giving up forfeits at 106 through 120.
Yeah, tough to win duels when you're giving up 18 points, but if there's any team that can do it, it's Chautauqua. They score points in bunches, and you just saw that right there. Easton Hamilton, 7-11, and puts a 30 and 15 senior on his back.
And on
Drake
Mount
Peterson,
1, believe it or not.
with the cradle.
Yeah.
T got to call that last year. Drake Peterson with a walk-off team state championship cradle. 2 years in a row we've had exciting St. Croix Falls finishes at team state.
Well, of course, this year the big roadblocks in the way, Osceola Chieftains and the St. Croix Central Panthers.
Osceola the last few years really coming up to be a strong program, but St. Croix Falls and St. Croix Central, I think Coach Joe Rager said last night that they have wrestled at team sectionals each of the last 4 years, if I remember correctly. Oh, nice.
Nice that throw by Burkhart. And
Yeah, you almost don't want this match to end because these two fellas just let it fly. And there's the fall for Briar Burkhart on his back fighting off. Almost got pinned before and taking a little nod as Briar Burkhart, 31 and 15, potentially his last match of his career. Obviously, it depends on how Northwestern does in this one, but always kind of sad to see those seniors take the mat for the last time. We'll see that today.
well, I know Northwestern, just one of those tougher days at sectionals, right? Where a lot of guys that got third didn't make it through to state, but it's part of the sport. You know, it's the mat is unforgiving. And
Yeah, Briar Burkhart is one of those guys. He third last week.
Alex Hoff,
190.
the forfeit. Also, Steve, already hearing of big weight change from the projected lineups, but for Osceola, Isaac Dunham weighed in at 190 pounds. Dunham, 27-2 junior.
Interesting. So they're looking to do some moving there.
Yeah, I think might have something to do with Drake Peterson at 175. If they do wrestle St. Croix Falls, that is.
Teague,
We don't know. You know, Osceola,
Yeah,
of course, getting the 1 seed here helps out, but also you do have to game plan for 2 teams still.
Yep.
With Falls and Central, at least you know who who you have to beat first to get there.
Talking to head coach Brad Holzer in the pre-meeting, and he said, yeah, you go over every scenario, and usually one little thing happens, and then that all goes out the window. It's crazy. You spend all these hours thinking and planning and lying awake about it, and then really it's up to the kids on the mat.
So up next here on mat 2, Northwestern's Brendan Harding, Tech Warehouser Prairie Farms, Alex Whitaker. How about your Tech and their growth over the last few years?
They've done a good job. Done a really good job. And in one of those co-ops, right? 3 schools. I think we did a mile analysis, and they are well spread apart. Those schools are not close. Parent made a comment once in the chat, said, hey, here's how we make it work. We just have great parents who are willing to drive and get the kids together.
Well, I'm excited today. We get to see one of the top seeds in the state, Brady Gessler, take the mat. At 138 pounds. Right now, Whitaker looking to pick up a big 6 for Chautauqua.
And Whitaker gets the fall. 17 and 13, now 18 and 13 is Alex Whitaker. Wrestling Brendan Harding, Northwestern, 12 and 17 senior. Harding last week at 190 pounds, which 190 is pretty good. Did not place. Moving up to 215 pounds, Chautauqua, CWPF. Otherwise known as, going to go up 12 to 6.
We're mat 1. We got Somerset's Connor Duffy. St. Croix Falls, Garrett Dagstad with the head throw.
We're going to have Clay Miller from Chautauqua Warehouser Prairie Farms. Going to get the forfeit. I had a wrestler in the lineup for Northwestern, and Mitchell Pearson. Pearson just 6 and 21, but it was a senior. So Chautauqua going to move up 18 to 0, and as Teague said, we're about ready to flip the lineup. And they're going to give up 18 points straight, so they got to build that lead as much as they can.
Also, folks, scheduling-wise, the next round will start 20 minutes after the conclusion of the final duel of this current round. So I'm guessing it'll be Northwestern and CWPF.
Check that. Was Brennan Harding that was supposed to be at 190. I just mentioned Mitchell Pearson. I wonder if there's any relation. We got Mitchell Pearson going on, senior. 6 and 21.
Relation to?
Oh, it's spelled differently.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got you.
Yeah, maybe do a double think as brain doesn't work full functioning all the time. Well, got a lot of nutrients today, though. Teague had a great breakfast at
Our Place.
Our Place. Yep.
That's the name of the establishment.
Yeah, right.
Our Place Cafe.
Yeah, Our Place Cafe. You have great breakfast. Just brought our omelets and hash browns out, and I said, hey, listen. You want me to go away hungry or what? And I, obviously being facetious, because that platter she sent down, I think could have fed my
hearty amount.
It could have fed my whole family.
Well, that was Adam Foss, CWPF senior with the fall. Now 24-6 lead.
285-pound weight class brought to you by Our Place Cafe.
On 126, Brock Sladkey will receive a forfeit. Steve, I'll need to
All right.
pull up where everyone weighed in at once we get into the second round here,
Yeah,
because
two-
I'm guessing we will not see the same lineups that we're
Two-
seeing this round.
285 pounds from Northwestern. Another one of those Northwestern wrestlers that took third. And I can see why.
Oh, that was a synchronized thigh slap there
It was.
by the two big men.
Julius Mayberry, 36 and 14. He is a senior, potentially wrestling in his last tournament here. He is wrestling Riley Johnson, a 16 and 10 senior. So both wrestlers seniors.
Oh, nice pick there by Miles Kelly. Where Theodore Amuka. Oh, wow.
Wow, that was impressive. Johnson doing a really good job with that fake sweep to his right. Mayberry's left. Mayberry, nice reaction. Moves well for a big fella.
St. Croix Falls leads 16-6.
Steve, just remember after this, no one from CWPF at the top of the curve until 120. So you're Northwestern. You're gonna win out of Mayberry here. Get yourself right back into the stool.
Yeah, a little clash of styles, right? You have a Johnson kind of looking to go big, right? Kind of stay on those, get in there, tie up a little bit more. Mayberry is trying to keep that distance for obvious reasons, as you're seeing right now, because Johnson is putting on the weight.
Yeah, not where you want to be. You're Johnson and now Mayberry. The takedown at the end of the period.
Northwestern with that solid football program up there, and obviously Mayberry a big part of that. Did Northwestern go to state this year? State
believe so.
They were. Yep.
Runner-ups.
Runner-up. Yep. And I know the year before they were in the finals. I believe they went against PDC. No, they did not. Prairie du Chien. That was Stratford, but seemed to always be in the semifinals. A couple of years ago, lost to Wrightstown in the semifinals.
Final score, St. Croix Falls lead or win.
Yeah, the Tigers been perpetual
Somerset.
contenders on the football scene. So final score of St. Croix Falls Somerset, 78-6 for the Saints.
As we expected, maybe we'll try to get Allie Peterson on the call for a few minutes.
Let's see, we can get you two to
Wow.
go on bebop around. So Mayberry with the 4-point advantage on Johnson.
Fellas still feeling each other out. Two bucks trying to establish dominance right now.
Yeah, they
Teague,
gotta
how you
say,
feeling though? Our last broadcast of the year as a little bit of a, well, I mean, where I know we'll be doing state and team state, but what I'm saying, our last production of the year.
It's bittersweet.
It is bittersweet.
Been a fun year. I think every weekend we've had, so every week at least we've had something. Only one quote unquote off weekend, we'll say.
Well, and that was just the first weekend of the year.
Oh yeah, there was that, and then conference weekend too.
Oh yeah, well that was.
Yeah. But we had a duel, didn't we?
We did. Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll call that snafu related.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Tell you what.
It's one of those deals, Steve, where you'll miss it. But I will definitely be glad to have a little more free time with the dogs.
Tell you what, excellent flexibility by Mayberry. You don't see a lot of big fellas able to have their leg up that high, 5 feet in the air, and not cry out in pain.
Yeah, and I think Johnson just kind of shrug a little bit there, like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Someone this big and
this
this
leg is heavy.
flexible.
I think I'll go out of bounds. Go neutral.
Steve, I don't know about you. I think now that one duel is done, of course, still this action going on, but kind of a calm before the storm sense.
It's what it, well, it really seemed like that talking to the fans beforehand.
Every round's going to feel like a final round next.
We were talking to Al from Osceola beforehand, and kind of had that same feeling as well. And then a couple of SEC fans, and just everybody's just kind of just feeling each other out a little bit. Folks,
Mayberry, nice job controlling the center.
just announced that there will be a 20, and this is WIA, 20 minutes in between rounds. So after completion of Northwestern Chautauqua, we'll go on a 20-minute intermission. Julius and Riley. Tell you what, Julius doing a nice job. Spins around, gets that three, goes up 7-0. Once again, this is very important for Northwestern to get this one because, Chautauqua to get this one. They're going to give up 18 points in a row here. Northwestern trying to get off that slide. Mayberry cutting them, trying to get that major decision. Don't tell these two programs this one doesn't matter because coaches are intense, the wrestlers are intense. And Mayberry puts on the pancake. Not the move the pancake, the flatten like a pancake, and he gets the stick with 1 second left on the clock. And folks, Julius Mayberry in what potentially could be his last wrestling match gets his 100th career victory.
Talk
That
about dramatic
awesome.
fashion.
Absolutely. It's like Dad coming over to get him his poster. Coach is taking a picture. Great moment. Teague, you should go get in that picture over there.
And now, I don't want to look that small compared to Mr. Mayberry.
Here's one of those pins or forfeits we were talking about. Team score up to 18-24. Second Northwestern wrestler coming on. That will be Lucas Brown. Got the forfeit at 106. Next wrestler up for Northwestern. I missed it.
Well, I heard Nolan. Maybe not.
Slated as Caleb Mullen is so that's going to break the team score tied. One more forfeit for Chautauqua. Looks like it will be Aiden Leonard. Aiden Leonard, a freshman, 15 and 17. Caleb Mullen at 113 was 26 and 17. One of those third place finishers. Lucas Brown at 106, 36 and 9, took fourth, and Mr. Leonard took fifth. So that takes us to 126 pounds. Northwestern's going to have the lead 30-24. And here is where it's going to get interesting. Boaz Wright, junior, 36 and 12. No, that's check that, Teague. Another
also
forfeit.
receiving.
Yeah.
All right, so
Not familiar with that. So Boaz Wright, the junior, is going to improve to 37 and 12. So, folks, we have 4 weight classes left. Apologize, I had to use my fingers on that one. And 4 weight classes. And the team score 36-24 Northwestern. So Osceola is going to have some makeup to do.
Osceola or Shatek?
You know what? I don't know what my problem is today here. It's kind of like my old Nina Hortonville thing. I keep screwing up teams, right?
Well, I'll tell you what. If Shatek Weyerhaeuser Prairie Farm comes back and they go against Osceola, you are going to have a heck of a time during that commentary.
Maybe I'll just take a 30-second intermission and grab a drink, a quick trip coffee.
Sorry, everyone. We brought someone Highway 18 adjacent up here and mixing up our Osceolas and Shatek. It's a warm-up round here. Don't tell Northwestern and Shatek back, because it's a pretty close tilt right now. Our duel started at 57, so how many more points do we have left on the board, Steve?
Well, with this one, 24.
Total?
Yep,
Yeah.
4 matches left, 24.
And Claflin strikes first.
St. Croix Falls section got kind of quadranted off. That section is full. If I had any flexibility, I'd look over my shoulder. Yep, the SCC section is full.
Got a lot of green and a lot of blue.
And the Osceola
behind us.
section is full. So,
And the Somerset fans, kind of the buffer.
talked to head coach Allie Peterson. He said, absolutely, we are sticking around. Tegan, I think.
Well, that's what this is about, right?
Tegan, if this is a fall right here, I believe this would clinch it. Even if I almost said Osceola again. I apologize, folks. Chautauqua, that was a filter in my brain. Luckily, I stopped it. But Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser Prairie Farm, I think even if they came back and got 18 points straight, the forfeits. The forfeits would be the tiebreaker. Got a little tail of tape here. Got Owen Claflin, 27-16 sophomore from Northwestern. Wrestling Jacob Merrick, 10-19 junior from Chautauqua Weyerhaeuser Prairie Farm. Merrick down 7-0, but I tell you what, he is he's pretty proficient in the top position. One of those wrestlers, Teague, in your lineup that, you know, the record doesn't show it. You're always capable to go out there and get you 6.
Steve, to give the lay of the land here as towards the tail end of this first round. Of course, the winner of these first round matchups, St. Croix Falls matching up with Central in the Battle of the St. Croix. Winner of this one gets 1 seed Osceola. In the semis next, if you win, you get to wrestle for first. You lose, you wrestle for third. Remember, you can still wrestle back for second today for a chance to be that wild card team, the 8th entry into the team state field.
Yeah, and it's a good chance. I think this one or Sectional E is where that wild card is going to come from. Obviously, loser of Evansville, Monhora, Barneveld. Not calling my shot yet, but I think there's 3 solid teams here as well.
And Claflin looking to put the finishing touches on this duel, and well, won't close it out quite yet.
Right, with the tech ball, correct.
As I wonder if we'll be seeing the state place winner, Brady Gessler. Which, I mean, the duel's still in hand, so.
Sorry about that. We were touching and we touched the screen and it switched on us.
No, you're good. Ivan, come on. Ivan, where are you? I got you. Stay here. You are eligible. Hold on. Okay, ready?
We're going to see Ivan Woodhull for Northwestern.
Yeah, Woodhull, a junior, 39-9. Took 5th place last weekend. And, folks, don't let that deceive you because 138 pounds at that sectional A and D2 was absolutely stacked. This one, a little tail of tape, just talked about Ivan Woodhull. Actually, record a little bit updated on USA bracketing, but 37-7 listed. He's wrestling Chase Lean, 17-24 freshman. Ivan Woodhull, just a junior, obviously for him, had a disappointing day. He's got another year left.
It looks like Brady Gessler not weighing in today, Steve.
So that answers your question. You know what, Northwestern, obviously, Ivan Woodhull the favorite in this one, though, with the win here, and looks like Ivan's going to put Lean to his back and probably get the fall right here, and that'll clinch it. They're going to get at least 2 more matches out of the day, Teague. Some tough competition, but you know what? They got no state qualifiers, so let it fly here, right? Let them get some matches for your seniors. And
leave it all out on the mat.
That's right. I've been a scrappy little wrestler.
Yeah, so depending on conclusion of this duel, I'm guessing about 10:50, 10:55 is when you should come back and tune in.
There is the fall, and that clinches the duel. Gonna have 2 matches left. We'll see how schools handle this, whether they send somebody on or not, but Teague Fenwick's gonna go take care of some preliminaries, and I'll round it out for you. Break. We'll see if we can possibly move that blood bin. Moving up, as we said, 2 weight classes left. 150 pounds. Slated is Raymond Link, a freshman from Northwestern. For Osceola, Brock Gessler. All right, Northwestern actually going to be OBV, 144 pounds, sophomore, 38-13. Another one of those wrestlers for Northwestern. Took 3rd place on the day. And Brock Gessler, he's a 10-14 sophomore. Again, Northwestern, no state qualifiers, but 4 third-place wrestlers. One match from going to the Kohl Center. Oh, nice. Oh, beautiful. Had that leg up in the air and sees the opportunity with the head close, grabs on for that tight cradle. And, folks, I'm telling you what, very impressed. I was just about ready to say, not a lot of people going to get out of that. And Mr. Gessler says, you are wrong, Mr. Commentator. It's pretty slick. That was tight. That was absolutely tight. potentially dangerous call. Good call. Seasoned official right there. Got an arm bar, and bottom wrestler got up to his feet. Reason for that, good reasoning for that, is that there's no spot for him to go. He gets taken down on the mat pretty hard. He's got nothing to protect himself with. Nothing good happens from that position. OBB just relentless with that arm bar. And right there is one of the reasons, reason number 1,000 plus, why I like the new out of bounds rule is years past, that would have been out of bounds. The wrestlers were mainly out, or 2 points, or whatever the criteria was. Now this year, starting last year, 2 points, 1 point of connection to the mat. And the wrestling continues for that one. OBV running that arm bar. He's going to get the fall. Moves Northwestern up 53. Tech Warehouser Prairie Farm 24. And folks, that's going to take us to the last match of this duel. 150 pounds.
You are qualified. You get a forfeit. Here we go.
And looks like Tech's going to get a forfeit. That is Mr. Olson. Olson do not have his year up. That's okay. Takes the team score 30. Northwestern 53. Tech Warehouser Prairie Farm 30. So Northwestern is going to advance to wrestle Osceola.
Just after 10:50.
So folks,
On
we
map 1 will be Osceola versus Northwestern, and on map 2 will be
announcement
St.
is
Croix
this: Northwestern will be
versus St.
wrestling
Croix
Osceola, and the Battle of the Saints, St. Croix Falls, St. Croix Central, and in-house announcer just mentioned that we'll be wrestling at 10:50. So folks, we're going to go ahead and tune out. So 10:50, we'll be right back.
go to duels.
Why wouldn't you take a charge or something like that one? Which I wouldn't have.
Then if
Start
you-
at 165.
If you just click the first one,
Yeah.
it'll put the new teams up. They'll just be black, and
Thank you.
you'll pick.
You should be doing all the big ones.
You'll pick.
You should be doing all the big ones because you're the master.
3 chairs over there.
It's perfectly fine. You shouldn't have to do them all. After the last time, this one's going to get a little. Look at your rule book and look at it. And when you find it, come and talk to me. They're all good for one of the ladies there.
Out of power down there.
You were right.
Oh, I can just plug in right there. That's fine.
Then they go. Never ever had that happen there. And it's just like you said. We never had that happen. You know what? Well, the refs will come up with never mess up. And one of them said, that's true. That'd be awesome. Then she can watch. Yeah, if she can watch, then she doesn't have to do anything. Okay. Oh, then she can watch and are you fine with that? Yeah. Because you've been on the computer 2 weeks now. No. I know you can. I can't run the score if I'm not doing it. I need somebody to clock it like, oh, what? Hey, that's good looking.
Brain's going all over. Math, brain. Data.
It used to be so easy on 2 or 3. 2 seconds or 5 seconds. Now the 2, 3, 4. You see, did he go 3 or 4? Who do we got over here? Who's officiating over here? Hey, we'll get a lot of help, so this is gonna be nice. We'll have a lot of help this match. We're gonna get help.
I'm gonna be a statue up here.
We're all gonna get a lot of help.
Helps me old sometimes. I had to go get it myself, but I ain't sitting in these other ones all day. I won't. These suck. The blue ones are better.
That one's our
But
so hard.
right, these haven't been broken in yet, so that's why when I do work at and I just use one of these, I go get a blue one always and switch them out.
It's the young guns? Both are the young guns, huh?
I don't know. You got the harder one here because both teams are blue. At least over here, I'll know which one's green.
Did you guys have this duel last year at team sectionals?
No, we were down south last
Were
year.
ya?
In Medford, yeah.
Yes, it was a dandy. get back to my other screen?
Uh-oh.
How do I get back to my
Hey,
screen?
who won the toss?
I don't know. That's right. Can you get me back to my screen?
Who won the toss over here?
St. Croix Central won the toss. They chose even, so they're going to send out at
So
175.
St. Croix Falls reports first. Is that correct?
St. Croix Falls reports first at 165.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I have.
Central
Hey, I'm
evens.
doing whatever you tell me. That's what when I helped out the clock, and they're like, "Don't you know?" I go, "I'm not used to being out there. I don't know how to run this stuff."
Right. Well, we got asked. I don't know. Somewhere we got asked. It was at the girls' regional.
You going right now?
That's up to you guys. If you guys want to start early,
Brad, you want to go right now?
Do we have to wait or not?
otherwise we gotta wait though.
Let's go right now.
What did you say about girls regional?
We had an off-man official, so they're like, "Do you just want to tell tap, or do you want us to do it?" We're like, "You guys can do it." We'll forget.
That's like me. I sit over here
We
like.
have 7
I always think when I give that to, I need to score it instead of like, you're thinking like, when would I get the date? No, now I gotta like, actually like pay attention. I can't think about stuff. So, Coach Ranger, your team will report first at 165.
And I talked to the ref. He let me buy a mulligan. So if I
I
get a
already told
misconduct,
Mosier
minus.
if they will bribe me up to our ref to help my last year of my employment, I'm taking it. So
All right, Steve. Quick sound check here.
Checking.
Quick sound check.
1-2, 1-2.
Mat number 1, Osceola Northwestern. And mat number 2, Battle of the St. Croix Falls at St. Croix Central. Duel starting at 165.
We have to wait. Teams agree.
Well, everybody's agreeing to go.
Okay. I'm gonna do a couple reminders.
Both teams agreed that
St. Croix Central did win the toss. We'll repeat that again once the duel starts.
Teague, are you ready?
Born ready.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
Here we go. Just talking to one of the assistant coaches, and he said, yeah, 3 out of the last 4 years, basically, St. Croix Central and St. Croix Falls have met at team sectionals for really a duel that mattered, right? Where basically the winner was going to the next level, and it has always come down to one match within those 14. And Teague, I just imagine we're going to have a little bit of the same today.
The best description I've got for the duels between all 3 of these teams, bar fight, Steve.
Bar fight, I love it. Just a bunch of, it's like a beehive, right? Just put a bunch of bees in, shake them up, and let it go scrapping. Teagan, we have 3 different matchups with wrestlers that, if everything stays the chalk, right? 3 different matches where wrestlers are going to state. Those weight classes are 113 pounds with Caden Hahn and Trenton Holzer. They wrestled last week. And I don't know if they're going to meet today. They very well could, but last week, Trenton Holzer won that one 9-8. One weight class up. Derek Hoff and Austin Voles. Austin Voles beat Derek Hoff last week 11-2. That was in the semifinals in the very last weight class. This one probably most likely not up for I don't say challenge. That's not most likely won't be competitive because Brock Swenson is an absolute beast, and he wrestled Garrett Dagstead last week. Garrett took second, Brock took first. But folks, last week it was a 20-second, check that, pin in the finals. So once again, three weight classes. 3 weight classes with state qualifiers they'll be battling. St. Croix Falls has 5 state qualifiers. St. Croix Central with 4 state qualifiers. One key stat with that, though, is St. Croix Central has 3 third-place medalists. So 3 guys are one match away from going to state. St. Croix Falls had 2 third-place finishers. But folks, if you are in for you want to see some team rankings, I believe this is the only sectional regardless of division, somebody can check me on that. It has 4 ranked teams. 4 ranked teams here. Northwestern, just on the fringe of the rankings, they are ranked number 15. Osceola ranked number 5. St. Croix Central ranked number 4, and SCF ranked number 2. Ironically, though, Osceola with the number 1 seed, St. Croix Central with the number 2 seed, and St. Croix Falls with the number 3 seed. So just the opposite of what those rankings are as far as seeds go. But folks, here we go. We are starting off at 165 pounds. And walking to the mat is just a man who is absolutely an absolute beast. And so, folks, I think we are going to have our first. We're going to have our first move of the day. Isaac Briggs is going to get a forfeit. Interesting. Looks like they're deciding to move Jake Swenson up. I believe head coach Joe Rager expected that. They got even, so at 165, they had to put Isaac Briggs out first. They countered, St. Croix Central countered by moving Jake Swenson.
Hey, where did Joe put our cart?
In the coach's office, in the locker room, in the coach's office.
Coach's office?
Yeah.
Drake Peterson.
Is he good on your sheet?
He's good on my sheet.
Apologize, folks. Had to take care of some preliminaries there. Yep, so Jake Swenson, the sophomore, 26 and 17, going to move up to 175, and he'll be wrestling Mr. Drake Peterson. Nope, actually check that. Hold on, I got things going on all over the place here. I believe Jake did not see Jake Swenson. We actually have Leo McKenna, 28 and 7, took 3rd place last week. He'll be wrestling Jake Peterson. I'll have to check the weigh-ins. So Jake Swenson might be down at 157. But either way, Isaac Briggs gets the forfeit. St. Croix Falls up 6-0. We're at 175. Drake Peterson, 44 and 3. He'll be going to state next week. He was the champion. About 1 minute in, Drake Peterson, as Steve Fenwick found out last summer, a master of the cradle. Drake Peterson had that match-ending pin last year for St. Croix Falls to win their state championship over Coleman. This little back trip. Drake Peterson's going to draw first blood, and like clockwork, this goes cranking with that cradle, and that is locked in tight. That arm is trapped, and the St. Croix Falls fans are already on cheering because they know what is happening. Teague Fenwick's joining us back, and Teague Fenwick, imagine that, Drake Peterson with the cradle.
Came back just in time, and St. Croix Falls with a 12-point lead now.
Wow, 12 points up, just like that. Probably a great spot for St. Croix Falls to start at 165, moving up to 190 pounds. As Teague said, team score 12 to 12. St. Croix Falls has to send out first.
So, Steve, what weight do we think was crucial in St. Croix Central winning the toss?
Teague, I don't have the weigh-in. I don't know if you can quick grab the weigh-in sheet, but did Jake Swenson weigh in? So he's able to go to 157?
Well, we do have Miss Wachiku over here getting us another weigh-in sheet. Running the tournament today.
Awesome, awesome. Is she able to get us cheeseburgers by any chance? Or
cheeseburger? I don't know if running the USA bracketing comes with that service. I think that's like an extra tier. Steve, what I miss in the first match?
Well, you're missing a lot. Little gamesmanship. That's what I'm trying to figure out. 157. Who's weighed in there? But anyway, we'll just get you at 190 pounds. We got Alex Hoff and he is wrestling Jaden Stave from St. Croix Central. Stave, 38-10, sophomore.
Are you looking for who weighed in for St. Croix Central at 57? And
57, correct.
oh, and a takedown by Stave on Hoff, but Hoff scooting away.
Yeah, Stave, a state qualifier, took second, 38-12 on the year.
Steve, these two last year,
30-10, sorry.
36-26 duel at team sectionals. Couple of key matches came down to it. The Saints beating the Panthers on their way to a team state title. Folks arguing that the team state championship happened in Medford on that Tuesday night, Steve. But right now, how about the Saints?
Yeah, look at that. That's absolutely tight. So he's got it broke, and it doesn't matter.
There is a pin.
Wow. Absolutely amazing, Teague. Jaden Stave, a state qualifier who had to wrestle 6 times, by the way, last week to qualify for state, goes down in 1 minute and 10 seconds. Swing match, Teague, all the way in favor of St. Croix Falls.
Huge swing for the Saints.
Unbelievable. St. Croix Falls absolutely stunning Central right now, up 18-0.
Folks, doesn't get much better than this. I mean, 3 top 8 ranked teams in the state. We're guaranteed to see at least 2 of those matchups, but St. Croix Central and their upper weights, this is where they can start to hammer down.
Well,
and their bookends in general.
You're looking good right now. If you like where you're sitting as far as Gio Stark, Giovanni's listed, but came to the table, said Gio Stork is a sophomore, took 3rd place. He lost 11-10, 1 point away from qualifying for state.
And Stork with the pin over Elliot Havlish of Osceola to his name as well.
He's wrestling fellow sophomore Colby Hahn, 27-19. Hahn took 5th place last week at individual sectionals.
And if it's St. Croix or St. Croix Central, I think bonus points has to be the name of the game here. Always is, but especially when you give up 18 in the first 3 matches. Steve, I think we were both expecting them to be more few and far between today.
Bonus points.
In terms of bonus points.
I did not expect this many bonus points.
Now Northwestern a 6-point lead on Osceola.
Well, Teague, that answers my question. Let me just do one quick bit of checking here. Jake Swenson wrestled 165 last week. He did weigh in
at 157.
157.
Kind of a piece.
Yeah, Jake Swenson is who they have sitting in the catbird seat. Last match of the day. Nowhere else for him to go, so that's where he'll be positioned.
Stork right now with a 3-1 lead on Hahn.
See, and I know they're only 1 match in, but Northwestern out with a 6-0 lead right now on Osceola, the number 1 seed.
And Myron up 5-3 on Harding. We'll head to the second period here. Stork up 3-1 on Hahn.
Teagan, I did arrange for a guest speaker to come on, so I'll be taking a little breather right there. Wow, total backup right there. Stork and Hahn. Teagan, this is one of those cases where St. Croix Falls really good at dual meet wrestling. Is Hahn understanding the situation, the assignment right now?
Stork too, pushing the urgency.
Hahn grabbing that Russian. Teague, big cut. If it stays the way it's supposed to be, big one coming up at 113. Excited for that one.
Well, and I think that could be is 113. Does St. Croix Falls have to send first? Oh, and Stork able to grab a leg right on the edge of the mat. 4-1 lead now for the Central Grappler, and make that 7-1 after the takedown. Now getting closer to major territory.
Yeah, 113, number 2 versus number 4, Holzer versus Hahn. Wrestled a 1-point match last week, but not to get ahead of ourselves. This one's a pretty darn good one as well.
So St. Croix Falls does have to send first at 113, Steve, which I think is crucial. I think Central wants Holzer on Hahn.
Gio Stork, the number 13 ranked wrestler, and as Teague said, is that big win, pin over at number 8, Elliot Havlish. Vassiola earlier this year, a couple weeks ago you said, right?
Well, speaking of Havlish.
Havlish is a large man, just a sophomore.
Taking the mat.
Teague, how'd you like the double leg takedown those quads?
I don't think it would happen.
Well, you can attempt to.
We head to the third. See, we're still no bonus point territory.
Correct, yeah. Like I said, Hahn understanding the message.
So impressive. Stork only a sophomore. Obviously his own work, but benefiting with some time is Brock Swenson as his training partner.
Looking down.
I'll tell you what I love, Steve. No one from the losing teams in that first round, CWPF and at Somerset, no one has left the bleachers.
Why would you, right? I mean, this is just awesome, awesome wrestling. Listen to this atmosphere.
How about Hahn getting in on the legs? Over 100 people tuned in to watch some Northwest Team Sectional Wrestling here on the Wisconsin Grappler site. Here on mat number 2, Stork now getting into major territory over Hahn. Duel started at 165, so we are 3 matches in.
Yeah, it was almost eerily quiet earlier before this, right? I mean, this gym was pretty full, and you can almost hear a pin drop, and now the matches have started. Teague's gotten loud. Nice little tilt attempt. Stork, I think, has gone from first period. I think he spent a lot of time trying to get that pin. Now he's like, I got to get a tech fall here. Breaking that half over. He's going to need, man, he needs 2 turns. I think with Hahn, he's going to be able to do that. Hahn just kind of flattened out right now. 10 seconds left, and if you're a St. Croix Fall coach, Joe Rager, you are absolutely ecstatic with Hahn's performance out there. And the St. Croix Falls fans, very educated, understand the situation as well. And they are on their feet clapping because they know at least
he'll take that.
Colby Hahn saved their team a point, if not 2. Gio Stork, solid wrestler, as we said, just a sophomore, state qualifier. But the big thing for St. Croix Falls is St. Croix Central, that's going to get them on the board. That's going to take the team score to 18-4. And folks, here we go. We are going to move up to 285 pounds. And folks, Brock Swenson, Brock Swenson's entered the mat. Entered onto the mat, and folks, don't look away. Last week, this match lasted 20 seconds.
And keep in mind, Garrett Dagestad, 41-9, also a state qualifier, but Swenson Good way in at 215, mind you. Just a monster at 285.
Garrett Dagstad, the number 14th ranked wrestler. Brock Swenson, number 4. And you're thinking, how is Brock Swenson ranked number 4? Well, there's some fellow giants ahead of him. Cale Leisgang, Gatlin Empey, and Devin Otto, Seymour Stoughton, and Coleman. And Brock Swenson making quick work, trying to get momentum back on their side. He's running that butcher, and that is tight. Nowhere for Dagstad to go. And there is the fall. It's going to be a 48-second pin, just what the doctor ordered for Central, as Brock Swenson is going to take that team score up to 10, so 18-10. And we're going to flip the table here a little bit. We go from the large men to the fast-moving individuals, 106 pounds. Slated on the mat, 106 pounds, Connor Becker, a freshman, and Jamison Berg. It is Connor Becker, 37-3, took third place last week. And Jamison Berg, freshman, 500 record, 17-17. Took 8th place last week at sectionals. These two did not face each other. Connor Becker fighting off the disappointment of being one match from going to state. In quick.
Oh, nice dump there by the SEC sophomore. Well, we saw Falls pick up 3 quick pins, but I think this is where the lower weights, Central could potentially take the lead back, Steve.
Yeah.
But we are going to have a big one at 113.
Clearly favored right here. I mean, the slight nod. I think 100 win wrestler Mayberry gets another one.
101, just for good measure.
Absolutely. You know what? Just in case they take one away for whatever reason, I'm just. There was a movie based off that. It was a hits one, but I won't go on.
Mr. 3000, the movie
yeah.
based on the, not based on the Milwaukee Brewers, but the Brewers are the team in that.
And Mayberry 2-0 on the day. Like I said, great way to essentially end that senior year. Obviously, Northwestern still a shot, not out of it. But yeah, T 113 is the match within the match, right? I mean, we're just blessed with 2 great teams, and we get to see them duke it out. But now, on the individual side, number 2 versus number 4.
Well, Steven, on mat 1 ranked matchup here between number 1 Malachi Barker of Osceola, number 10 Lucas Brown of Northwestern, and Brown strikes first. 18-12 in favor of the Chieftains.
All right, Teague, I'll be stepping off for a little bit, but.
Oh, man. Got our Northwest representative here. We'll get our special guest set up. Becker right now 6-1 lead heading into the second on the attack. Well, we have a Somerset coach, Allie Peterson, joining us for a few moments. Allie, we love our Northwest wrestling, but you get to be in on the action almost every weekend. And how much does this duel mean to the folks up here?
This is just a great matchup on both mats, and like you said, we get to experience this. Somerset wrestles these teams multiple times every year, and what a great joy to be here to watch it.
Although you guys placing 6th at your individual sectional team-wise, as Barker with the pin over Brown. Get to wrestle your team sectionals. How you liking the new format where 6 teams qualify? I mean, your team gets to not only got to compete here today against Falls, but how about no one leaving the stands, essentially, to stay here and watch some wrestling? Yeah,
it was a great honor to be here. I think a young team, a light team like ours, our kids still took the great approach, and we're excited to be here and compete. And like I said, now they're all sitting in the stands, just like you said, behind us, watching 4 great teams compete. How exciting.
Right now, Becker up 15-3 on Berg. How you feeling on this matchup right now? Would you have predicted 18 in a row for St. Croix Falls?
Yeah, I got to think that maybe the wins for St. Croix Falls might have been expected, but I think that the 3 pins had to be a little bit of a surprise. But Central comes back strong with 2 wins, so kind of maybe works back to where you're thinking it was going to be. But yeah, interesting start to that duel.
Well, we have a potential big one coming up here at 113.
Would be a finals rematch of sectionals, correct?
Yeah, between Hahn and Holzer. Don't have the exact score here, but a 1-point match between the two. Did you happen to attend the team sectional last year? It was in Medford, so it was a bit of a trip away.
Yeah, it was the year before, I think I was remembering.
So we have a stall call against Berg. We'll make the score 16-3, and Becker opting to go to his feet. Working for the Tech as we head into the third.
Weston Meyer has Mullen on his back over there on the other mat.
And I think, you can tell Becker being coached, he knows the plan. I think looking for a feet-to-back move right now. Tech seems pretty well in hand.
Yeah, it's amazing in these tight duels how a tech or a pin could make a big difference when you come down to those last matches, and how the coaches match up teams or wrestlers.
And with the takedown, Becker will win 20-3. Brings the score to 18-15.
Will we see fireworks?
Oh yeah, I'm guessing we see Hahn and Holzer. I think this is what St. Croix set up. St. Croix Central. I can't just say St. Croix here. So we have it. State place winner Caden Hahn. State runner-up from last year, Trenton Holzer. Man, does not get much better than this. And assuming this goes the full 6 minutes, I think we're going to see the energy ramp up in here real quick.
How fortunate are these spectators to watch in back-to-back weeks 2 great wrestlers competing? And the amount of technicality and things that they're doing in these matches with explosion and power is just phenomenal.
I believe not. Holzer also a football player still at 113 pounds.
With a takedown like that, you can see him being able to tackle some guys.
And so quickly on the legs, almost no chance to defend it for Hahn. Who, keep in mind, I believe, 4th at state last year. And Hahn with the escape makes it 3-1.
It's always going to be interesting to see these little clinches, these little battles, these hand fights. Who's going to come out of there with the position they're looking for?
Holzer thinking knee pick for a moment. Hahn circles away.
Now Hahn gets that hook.
Almost at the midway point of this duel already. Here at 113. Rankings-wise, it's Holzer opening up to a 5-point lead.
That is some takedown. Man, at a power and explosion right through the middle. Fun to watch.
These two are ranked 2nd and 4th in the state, respectively.
I didn't pay a lot of attention to this bracket. How does this bracket look for them? Would they meet? Are they on the same side or?
Oh, in terms of the state bracket,
Yeah.
well, give me a few moments to look. You just keep tabs on the play-by-play. We've got 20 seconds left.
Sorry to put you on the spot there.
Oh, you're good.
So 6-2 now. Holzer over Hahn.
As you can imagine, Allie, a lot of brackets that I've peeked at over the last week or so.
Man, that's a lot of action right there. A little 2-on-1. Russian. Re-drug almost by Holzer. Out of bounds they go. 8 seconds go to left here.
And we're going to head into the second period. 6-2 in favor of Trenton Holzer. Older brother at Teague, I believe, wrestling at UWL, last I knew.
Yep. Unfortunately, Teague had an injury, I believe, to his knee, maybe MCL, ACL, that he had to get surgery on. But he was competing, having a good season. Here we go. Honcho's down to start the second period. Working to get his escape right now. He's on his feet. There it is. 1.6-3 now. Holzer over Hahn.
And speaking on UWL, I'm sure we have a good bevy of folks tuned in from Northwest Wisconsin. I don't know if Eau Claire technically counts as Northwest, Alley. I live somewhat south, so I think a lot of people do count it as that, but
I feel like Eau Claire becomes the point
it's the gateway
to the
furthest
Northwest. East and furthest south that we accept into the Northwest.
But Eau Claire Blue Gold's winning the WEAC conference this weekend.
What a great job.
Their
they've
first
done there.
outright conference title, according to my trusted source.
Got a little blood time here for Hahn, I think, it looks like.
And right now, Meyer looking for 6 on Mo, and Osceola looking to open up their lead.
It feels like they've been in that position a lot right now with Meyer trying to get a pin. So Mullen's doing a heck of a job trying to avoid it. Again, those points always matter. There it is.
And Allie, I don't know how often you've wrestled the Osceola guys, because you're in the same conference, correct?
We are in the same
But
conference.
they just have a confounding style.
Yeah.
They let it fly. They're comfortable in uncomfortable positions. And how about this? Caden Hahn knots things up 6-6 over Holzer. And I think given the bonus point situation from 165 to 190, I think a Holzer victory almost a must win here.
It feels like that. I don't know all the ins and outs of the matches
Yeah,
coming.
well, we'll see. And there's a lot of variability with
Yeah.
high school wrestlers. So.
And back to your question about Osceola, competing against them some this year, it's amazing. One of the things you have to admire is it doesn't really matter what the score is with them. Usually they're ahead, but when they're not, they just keep coming. They just keep saying, I'm in this match until the ref tells me differently. And what a fun thing to watch. It's a trait that I try to teach in our kids as well. That's just keep going. Good things can happen.
Holzer quickly up to his feet.
7-6 now, Holzer with the lead.
Yeah, Holzer with the 2-1 takedown advantage, but oh my Lord, just the way, it's like a magnet to his opponent's legs. And now 12-6. All right, make that 10-6.
Hahn's been able to find some quick escapes. He's going to need one here. I got to believe 10-7 feels a lot different going into that third period.
Especially takedown, somewhat of a luxury. Short time in the second period. And will be a stall warning against Holzer. You have one. Not a bad time to use it there.
He'll give that up to buy a little more time, I think, and not worry too much about it. Just wants to ride tough here for 10 seconds.
Oh, nice shoulder roll by Hahn, but unable to step away.
That was that continued wrestling right there, that beautiful motion. Just not enough time. Ran up a second or two more and Probably finds
And
it.
I like the quick communication by the officials.
Yeah.
That's what the AR is there for.
We've got 4 really good refs here. It's one of the beauties of being up here. We've got a lot of refs.
What do we have? Tony Anchik, Gail Pronchinsky, and then what is it, the Maruska brothers?
Yep, Matt and Ben Marusek.
Marusek.
Yep. So Holzer chose down. Hahn almost gets a tilt there for some points. Holzer cleared it.
Interesting time to try and roll through the ankle.
Yeah.
For Holzer, but top.
Hahn's got an armbar.
Hahn's strongest position. You wonder how long he's going to try and work for a turn. He is in deep with that bar. Holzer able to will his way up to his feet. Potentially dangerous call. We'll get a reset. 1:15 to go. A top 4 matchup between the teams. Top 4 between the grapplers on the mat.
On the other mat, we got Alex Woolman leading Leonard from Northwestern. Alex Woolman's had a really nice season at 120. Put together a lot of good wins for that Osceola team.
Yeah, Woolman 29-13.
I got so used to seeing Woolman wrestling 106 for so many years. I saw him at 120 the first time, and it looked like a different kid.
A little bit of a growth spurt for him.
Yep. Hahn's got a leg right in there, working a power half. Going to be awful hard to turn Holzer here.
Well, he isn't working his best right now and almost in on a deep half. You can tell wearing on Holzer, but Holzer's willpower is not one that's matched by many, and now 11-6, and a big stall point there, 11-7. For a moment there, Allie, 5-point difference. Holzer was a takedown away from being in major territory.
Yeah, that stall call could play huge. Holzer is smart here, shoot in, good shot in on a leg, and interesting stalling call.
I think we're going to get a question that no one in control. I think that's more of a stalemate situation.
Yeah, I'd like to see a stalemate there, but the ref sees that. Sometimes it's wise, you shoot it on a single and just hold it there. So the ref saw it differently. He's watched the match throughout, so his judgment's pretty good in this position, I think. So he just felt like Holzer was shooting in to hold the leg and stall it out. Here we go, 11-8, 14 seconds to go.
Just like that, Hahn just needs a takedown. And now St. Croix Falls looking for another stall call.
Gonna get a stall call there.
Oh, that'll be 2 for Hahn, but won't be enough time left. 1 second left, Allie. I think this one will end 11-10.
Yeah, a little discussion going on right now about maybe how it went out of bounds or the stalling there, I'm not sure. Oh, they're adding some time back on the clock here, Teague. They're giving it 4 seconds.
4 seconds left. So we got to put a couple seconds back on. And that's going to be Green's choice position.
Well, this is interesting here. So Green gets the choice. So down by 1 with 4 seconds to go. Hahn could choose down and try to escape to tie it up. That 2-point stalling call gives that wrestler the option of position.
Wow, and just like that. This match went from pretty interesting to about as dramatic as it can get.
Yeah, what a last 30 seconds.
And Holzer are able to grab a hold of the ankle. What a mat return!
Well, it lived up to what we believed it would. What a great match. Interesting last 30 seconds, but great job by both wrestlers. What an entertaining match.
And thanks to Holzer's early attacks, able to hold on for the win.
Those leg
And-
attacks proved to be the difference, right? Holzer could finish his takedowns, and that proved to be the difference.
And couldn't ask for much more. Midway through, we have a tie duel here in St. Croix Falls. Battle of the St. Croix. Winner going against presumably Osceola as they now extend their lead.
Williman with a nice pin. Put Osceola up 30-12.
And Williman, one of those guys, I think Osceola's identity last year, a lot of hammers, 8 state qualifiers, scored the most points at their individual sectional. It just had some holes that they had to shore up. And I think Williman, one of those guys coming in this year, seems to have been, not a state qualifier, not the household name necessarily, but getting the job done. And that's exactly what you need to be a team state qualifying team.
Yeah, for sure. Often it's easy to look at the 7, 8, 9 guys that make state and think that that's where it came from. But the difference sometimes comes from the wrestlers that found a way to win. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties. I'm not quite sure.
You good? You're good.
Yeah.
You got it. Take it full.
So we got Derek Hoff up 3-0 on Volt from St. Croix Central. Teague's trying to fix some of the technical difficulties here, so you're stuck with me for a minute. Osceola and Northwestern. We got Travis Seacard against Wright from Northwestern.
All right, what's the lay of the land we got here? We'll take a look at Steve's notes, who I don't think anyone prepares more for duels than Steve does. At 120 pounds, Derek Hoff, Austin Volts. Do you know if the Hoffs are related offhand, Allie?
That's a great question that I don't know the answer to. I probably should know that.
Are the Hoffs related? They are siblings. So Hoff with a 3-1 lead, but Volts with the escape.
Northwestern picks up a pin.
And Boaz Wright.
Well, Hoff's got a cradle and is getting back points over here.
Tell you what, these Falls guys and their cradles just can seem to find it from almost anywhere.
Back a little bit to what you asked about with the team there and Williman on that, Teague. One of the interesting things is I think a lot of those state title teams find their way winning from the 500 wrestlers, the wrestlers that are learning and figuring things out and coming through and figuring out how to not get pinned or maybe win a tight match. Often I think that makes a big difference in those. And it, like I say, the wrestlers who make state and maybe get the pins sometimes get all the credit, but the matches or those dual meets sometimes are won by that wrestler.
The name of the game is not giving up 6, right?
That's right, that's right.
Because we've seen so many teams and fans celebrate when someone gave up a tech, and they were happy with that in this duel.
Yep.
So Tallenberg is up. And Hoff up to a 10-1 lead. And this one's interesting. Volts won 11-2 over Hoff.
You read my mind. I was just going to ask you if you knew who won this at sectionals. I thought Volts won sectionals, so yeah, big turnaround so far in this match.
Still a lot of match left. Obviously, Volts has the ability to put up points.
Yeah, Hoff's just got to kind of keep his game plan going, right? And just keep trying to score points. Not change here. Nothing's changed. It's 10-1, but keep pretending like it's 0-0.
The Central, after being down 18-0, looking for their first lead of the duel. Oh, the 3-point takedown now. That 9-point lead, a little easier pill to swallow. How about Hoff just keeps wrestling in on the legs?
He's got to step over that leg. There it is. Now he'll get his reversal.
Back to an 8-point lead. 34 seconds remaining in the second period.
Tallenberg with a pin on the Osceola Northwestern duel. What a career he's put together. Another run down to state. I think he's the 4th seed in his bracket.
27-1. on the year is Berg.
Definitely a wrestler that it's super easy to cheer for all the time. He's always been very very fun to watch wrestle from the first time I got to watch him, probably in middle school.
We're going to head to the third. 12-4 lead for Hoff.
And we get some blood time, it looks like.
Just some time to breathe here.
Time to breathe. Often a little unknown part about this is how physical some of these matches can be in there with all the hand fighting and cross faces and all that stuff and the bloody nose. The good old take a little time from the match, but yeah, physical wrestling happening right here. This could be another rematch from sectionals, I'm sure, right? The third and fourth place match, I believe, for Crumry and Woodhull.
Yeah,
Crumry won that.
15-9.
Yep.
Steve's note, 138 was stacked.
Yeah, 138, what a bracket. And both of these two made state last year. And, if you're pointing at something that the new sectional setup might have gotten wrong, here's a great example. 138, two state wrestlers couldn't advance. And the wrestlers that they lost to were the 1 and 2 seed in that bracket at Madison. So,
yep.
So, what a bracket. What a bracket.
Some good wrestling, I'm sure, even in the quarterfinals there.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, Cromrie in on the legs, but don't know if he's thinking Peterson there for a moment.
Yeah, he's definitely that Osceola team loves the Peterson. He's got that back lock on the leg. He's just kind of looking for the head or the arm.
Allie, is that named after you or the Comstock Peterson?
Definitely not after me. I think the Comstock Petersons would be a name. Huge reversal for Volts, who started on bottom there.
And Allie, we are looking at a 19-point swing right now from sectionals this week. I would say high school wrestlers are a volatile resource, and
I apologize. I said Volts with the reversal. It was Hoff. And I agree. And another beauty of this format is the coaches have had a week to work on those matches, those rematches. And when you get a chance to spend that much time with a wrestler in the room and you figure out if we can fix this or we can fix that, we can maybe turn this match around. And what a great part of this format to not have just we got Monday to work on something and we're still tired from Saturday. We get to have a whole week to recover, and hopefully we're getting to see all the wrestlers' best efforts.
Hoff again in on a double as down to about 70 seconds remaining in this 120-pound match. If you're looking at the box scores, you're thinking that a fun sequence to end the first period. Over on mat number 1.
Woodhull almost found Hunter Crumry's favorite move, the chin whip, on him, but no points scored.
So Osceola, they have one more match where they don't give up a pin. They punch their ticket to state. Allie, 5-point match after the takedown by Volts.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go. Hoff's got to play wrestle smart here. Just keep out of the big moves and keep moving on bottom. Don't let anything get locked up.
Oh, Volts in deep, but might have just got a little too high. Didn't have a choice.
Yeah, trying to force it a little bit. Got a little high. Great effort. And Hoff's going to find a reversal here.
And a 16-9 win. A big flip from last week. Derek Hoff. The Hoff brothers both coming through today. Score now 21-18.
I got to feel 120 and 144 were critical matches in this duel. I think they kind of are across the board.
Yep.
So that one goes St. Croix Falls' way.
A lot of highlights at 120 for all these teams.
Crumry in the second period chose down, I believe, and found an escape, so he's leading 1-0 over Woodhull.
And believe it or not, another sectional rematch.
Hard to imagine.
We're gonna sound like broken records here. Wrestling for St. Croix Falls, that is the freshman Brock Sladkey.
How impressive is he at 126 as a freshman?
Wrestling for Central, that is Jack Schauer. 16-3, ended up placing 5th. Sladkey placed 3rd. And yeah, you have to wonder, in St. Croix Falls, Team State Finals 2 years in a row, champs last year. Always been a successful program, but now it seems like they might be entering a reloading team as opposed to, I don't know how many rebuilding years we'll see, per se.
It's as a coach who competes against them, it's hard to say it rebuilding when you look across the lineup and you don't see a weakness, right? You just see solid wrestler after solid wrestler after solid wrestler, and then they get to some of those real big elite wrestlers. But yeah, I would agree with you. Over the last few years, that you might consider this a little bit of a rebuilding year. But those coaches know what they're doing. They got these guys, and you get down to that team state thing in a couple years, and these guys are training with that level all day long in that room, and it really helps. And that's how you have a freshman who comes out and competes as well as Schlatke does.
That's a nice sequence there in this opening minute at 1:26. Again, folks, duel started at 1:65. The Saints roared off to an 18-0 start with 3 pins in a row, but Panthers battling their way back in. We have a 3-point duel with 6 matches remaining.
Woodhull and Crumry start the third. Woodhull chose down 1-0. It's 2-on-1. Old Russian, boy, that's really become a move, but what a nice job by Schlatke. He's in deep on a single here. Can he finish it?
20 seconds to go in the first.
Chooses to give up the single to look for the head, and now he's in a front head position, kind of.
How about the defense by Schauer?
Yeah.
Counterattack to get it on the leg, and almost had the leg hook. No takedown called.
Yeah, what a great sequence of wrestling there. I think the ref got it right. That's a tough call by the ref, but I think he got it right because a few seconds after there was kind of a flip over on that whizzer position. So. So Schlatke chose down. Oh, I'm sorry. Schauer chose top. Interesting.
Hey, I was at a girls' tournament yesterday, so I'm used to people choosing to go up there.
Crumry just scored, I think, 2 back points. Really, really big back points in that match. Woodhull now gets the escape, so a takedown to win.
Yep, I'm getting it. It's just, we're good.
So we got green to third, we got close.
Yep. Sorry, I had to go back.
Figuring out some clock things. What'll happen? A lot going on right now.
But even sometimes the people running the scoreboards expect, you kind of almost expect defer, then bottom, right, or neutral. Top's a unique position, but if you think you can turn them, that's a great spot to get to. Crumry's got a chin whip there. No points scored yet. Woodhull does a great job. Now he's in deep on a single. And the chin whip again.
Crumry just stays so persistent with that.
This could be interesting here, or even run out the time. There's the takedown.
And had the lead, so dangerous there. Someone has a good chin whip, Al. It kind of just makes you hesitant almost to get in too deep on the legs.
It's interesting how it changes the dynamic, because if you just run the finish to the takedown correctly, you really shouldn't have to worry about it that much. But you're so worried about how hard and good Hunter especially hits it. You don't want to get caught in it because you're in a lot of trouble.
So nice ride by Schauer, but Schlatke able to grit and grind his way up. 1 point lead for the Falls freshman.
Schauer in on a nice single leg here. He's in great position here. Oh, great job.
Yeah, these two just trading attacks and no points to show for it. Another nice match on mat number 1, Logan Meyer, Vassiola, OBV, Northwestern. At the rankings, Meyer currently ranked 6th. V 13th in the state.
Meyer won the sectional, I believe, correct?
He did, yes. Oh, and
And he beat
look at
Obi.
that. Wrestled V. Pinned him last week.
Logan comes with an interesting dynamic to deal with. Length, good technique, good gas tank. He brings it all. Yeah, a tough wrestler to defeat.
I was going to say, doesn't sound very fun to wrestle against.
It's definitely not. We've tried for a few years to figure him out with some pretty good wrestlers of our own and haven't had much success with that yet.
And I'm sure you're one of the folks not upset that he's a senior.
Well, yeah. You know,
as a competitor and coach, not upset, but fan of good wrestling. Yeah.
fan of good wrestling and pride in the Northwest.
Oh, and
right?
Shower locks up a cradle.
Schlattke gets out of the cradle and now scores an escape. Was in a lot of trouble, figured his way out of it, and scores an escape to be up 2-0. So
well, we've
the
seen
next takedown
Jack
matters.
Shower with a couple of attacks. Now this time needs to capitalize on it. Let's see it down 2, and oh, what a slide by Schlattke.
Couldn't quite get. He was trying to get the leg hooked and get that into like an okie choke. Wasn't able to quite get it. Some might call that the Merkel
The Merkel.
debate. What you call things. Shower got a little bit of the corner here, but looks like Schlattke's got his arm locked up pretty good.
The Central Junior just needs to pick up the urgency here in the closing 30 seconds.
Yeah, Schlattke's got both elbows trapped, so it's really hard for him to figure anything. Now he's into that 2-on-1 situation. Oh, nice shot.
Oh, gets in a low. Thought he was going to do some head hunting there for a moment. Shower in a great spot. 15 seconds going. Schlattke with the cutback.
Jonesy. My
Picking
goodness.
up the takedown and almost looking for the fall. Doesn't matter how it went down. Brock Schlattke, the freshman, with the huge move to close out this match. Takes it 24-18, but even more importantly, keeps the momentum rolling.
Impressive move in a match in a moment like that for a freshman to have the confidence to hit that and score the points.
Oh, one of those, you'd almost say it's ill-advised, but once it paid off, then
Sometimes you can't turn the gas pedal off.
what a move. So, 25-18, because with the near fall, yeah,
Fall
makes
made
it
it a major.
9-0.
Logan
Wow.
with a 3-0 lead over OVV in the second. Nice mat return. Here we go. Miles Kelly against Lane Haig. I would be surprised if they didn't meet at sectionals.
Pinned him in the third place match, Kelly did.
Kelly scores a quick takedown. Really well done.
Well, if you're Central, Swenson did weigh in at 57 and not 65. So part of the reason we saw a win at 65 by Briggs, or a pin.
Oh,
And another cradle. And I'll tell you what, the Saints in this dual setting, this is why they're so tough to topple. Now 31-18 after the pin by Kelly.
And I'll tell you,
Of course, can you talk St. Croix Falls wrestling and Kelly wrestling without bringing up state champ and team state champ Mike Kelly?
yeah. No, I think you got to share that. And all the tie-ins to that legacy. What a setting. Logan Meyer with a nice cradle on the other mat, and I think he just picked up 4 more back points, so he takes a 7-0 lead.
We now head to, 144.
We got Carter Ridgway and Vinny Sint. Carter Ridgway from St. Croix Falls and Vinny Sint from St. Croix Central. Little discussion over team score happening right now. It looks like we made the correction. Team score right now 31 St. Croix Falls, St. Croix Central 18.
Yeah, Ridgway, 4th place sectional finisher. Vinny Sint placing 7th. Valley, real quick as this match gets started, I want to thank one of our sponsors, Quick Dry Total Cleaning at Carter Ridgway, doing Ridgway things. And a takedown with some near fall up 5-0. Quick Dry Total Cleaning is your carpet and air duct cleaning specialist located in Somerset, Wisconsin. Serving Western Wisconsin and the Twin Cities. Check out their website, minneapolisquickdry.com, for other services and pricing. Which, Allie, I didn't even think about it. We didn't bring you on because you're a sponsor, but we do want to thank you for sponsoring us.
Well, I think it's on me to thank you guys for all the promotion you do of wrestling in general, and every bit that this great sport can get more publicized is a win for the sport. And you and Steve and all the others at Wisconsin Grappler and all that, what a great job you do promoting it, spending all your weekends in the gyms, which, you know, we can all argue we'd all love to do, but it's still a lot of travel, a lot of effort. So we all appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, just, support a company that supports wrestling, folks. That's what we like to see. I mean, beautiful trip up here. Ladysmith yesterday as Ridgway looking for another fall, makes it 37-18. And Allie, I think that essentially puts it away.
I think so. We got 3 matches left, right? So
up by 19. You can't give up a team point and 3 pins. This duel didn't necessarily shake out how we thought it was going to.
Well, like you pointed out in the beginning, that's the 18-0 start is really a big momentum builder, and it got a great start for St. Croix Falls. Maybe not what St. Croix Central was looking for.
Well, and even when you know you have hammers coming up, it's a big deficit to overcome, and
you put yourself in a spot where kind of the rest of the duel has to go perfect. And with the great level of competitiveness of both teams in this match, it's easy for one thing to go against you. Logan Meyer picks up a nice tech fall with 20 seconds to go in the 3rd period over OBV. Osceola now leads 45-18. I'm sorry, 50-18.
We have Nussbaum of St. Croix Central, Weber of Falls, Brody Nussbaum. There was a Noah Nussbaum that wrestled for the Panthers. He was kind of a force.
I was going to bring that up. His little brother, great wrestling name. Their dad has reffed and been around wrestling forever, Pete.
It's like Wyatt Hastings will receive a forfeit at 150. So Osceola punching their ticket to the finals. Give credit to Northwestern. You look at the dual score and Osceola winning by a commanding amount, but Wildcats not making life easy.
Well, and Northwestern, I think, brings a lot of wrestlers back in those lower weights. And, they look to have a nice team again next year. So that's one of a nice part of the new format. You might expect to see them back here next year competing and just a little better and a little deeper.
Well, Nussbaum stepping over, gets the takedown to go up 3-0. On Northwestern, I know you coaches are a tight-knit circle up here. Oh, sorry, Northwestern's not the Wildcats. They're the Tigers. Sorry. Wearing my River Falls gear today. Had to go neutral, but regional. But Tigers coach Tim Kaufman retiring after this year.
Yeah, good for him. He's done a great job up there, and obviously he's had some kids come through, I believe, and been part of that. So time to gain a little personal time back. I'm sure he'll still be around the setting a lot.
Well earned. Yeah, you don't ever fully get away from it, right?
No, this sport won't let you go that easy.
So we have Meyer Breyer Burkhart on mat 1.
Burkhart made state last year at 157, and then Cody took 157 second place this year. Oh, Burkhart with a really nice chin whip and scores the takedown.
And folks, as we get down to the tail end of these duels, unless agreed upon by coaches, that they will start the next round at 15 to 20 minutes after the completion of the last match in this round. So expect about 12:10, 12:15 for final action. Well, third place match will be at St. Croix Central and Northwestern. And your championship match, Osceola and St. Croix Falls. Can this Chieftain team that has been building find a way to get past the great roadblock in Northwest Wisconsin?
Yeah, I kind of find it interesting. You know, Ellsworth was that roadblock forever in some of these teams. St. Croix Central has put together some great teams over the last few years, and St. Croix Falls has just been a little bit better, or just have one more one more weight. So, but Holzer and his team of coaches there are doing a great job, and let's not forget that the second place position in this sectional matters. I really think it matters. That's got to be one of the ones they'd consider for that wild card.
So 6-4 match, a lot of points being accumulated in quickly.
Logan Meyer had a nice return or reversal to the back, so he now leads 6-3 over Breyer Burkhart. They'll go into the second period. And we got blood time on the St. Croix Falls, St. Croix Central match.
A couple of close matches formulating here as we get in the latter stages of this duel. Both of these duels, I should say.
Burkhart has a nice head throw, and he's got him on his back. That was a great head throw attempt. Burkhart is going to get the takedown and has some back points coming. Meyer working to get off his back. What a great job. That was a really tight headlock, and Meyer's found his all fours again here, so he's got a chance to get out. Another great part of this format, Teague, we get to watch these four teams go at it again in the next round.
Love it.
They just switch chairs.
It's like that individual format, but with the whole team going at it. And some intrigue, with respect to Northwestern. I know you look at this as a three-team battle. I say with respect to Northwestern because it's 3 top 5 teams, right?
Yep.
So you probably have a central favorite in that next duel, and then it's probably a matter of sitting back, kind of white-knuckling your chair, and you're going to be rooting for St. Croix Falls.
You got to give Northwestern a lot of credit. They took out Chautauqua in that first round, and Chautauqua's a heck of a team. That's a great dual win, and as you're trying to build, we were, like, for our team, we were happy to be here, and for them, I think they were too. But to find that dual win, huge.
So last match of that round, we're gonna get Steve over here, so we get Steve and Allie time. As a Burkhart now up 10-8. Wow, Steve's coming in on a couple of fun ones.
Cody with a really nice Peterson roll there. Put Burkhart on his back. Now he's got his head trapped. This is tight. And there's the pin.
Allie, how was your commentating debut?
Well, I enjoyed it quite a bit. Maybe I talked too much. I'm not sure.
Is this your debut or not?
Well, yeah. To ever be Matt Side Live, I would say yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A lot of fun to do it.
Yeah, it's funny, if I'm doing my math correctly, and I stepped away for just a second, and St. Croix Falls has it clinched, do they not?
They do.
They do.
Yep. Assuming no team, team points or anything are taken away, they do
yeah,
have
good
it
point.
clinched.
If that happens, that would be uncharacteristic of a St. Croix Falls program.
Yep.
But Allie, stop me if you've gone through any of this already. We don't want obviously Osceola. Shouldn't say obviously, but Osceola is going to advance to the finals, number 1 seed, as we projected, 62-18. But you get to face all these teams. You get to see them often, right? Is there anything so far that's really kind of stuck out that you see in the programs? That's you have the inside scoop with these guys, right? So what's the analysis that you're going with so far?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure I got the inside scoop. They keep that pretty protected, but I tell you, the thing you see from all the three teams that are looking for that spot, the wrestlers keep coming. They keep advancing. They're well coached. They understand the situations. I'll tell you, sometimes as a coach, you never want to tell a kid, hey, your job is to just not get pinned, because it just feels like you're saying you don't have a chance. But you see a few matches, and especially in the St. Croix Falls, St. Croix Central, where the extra bonus point or not the extra bonus point made a big difference. So I think the formula is, find the wrestlers to fill the weights, coach them well, and get them out there scoring points.
Well, and you guys, your whole team's still here. You guys are sitting right behind us, and is that the message you gave to your guys? Like, hey, listen, after this is over, you're sitting down, watch what they do. Like I always told my kids, watch how the champions warm up. Watch how the good guys, how do they react? Different things like the match within the match.
Yep. We encourage our kids, pick a wrestler every tournament we go to. Pick a wrestler, maybe one that you put high on the pedestal, one that you've seen do great things, or maybe it's just one that you've wrestled against and have beat or is a little better than you or something like that. And watch them from beginning to end. Watch their prep, watch their match, watch their interaction with coaches, fans, whatever it might be. Put your phone down. That's one of the big ones.
Yeah, Weber for St. Croix Falls just goes ahead and gets the win there, so that's going to improve. I'm sorry, check that. That was St. Croix Central. No, that was Weber that won that. Yep. It's going to improve 43-18. I got to imagine right now St. Croix Falls and Central maybe putting some backups in. Possibly. I don't know that for sure. But
no, this is going to be varsity Dom Vbrock from St. Croix Falls and Everett Nosby from St. Croix Central.
Okay, so they still are putting those. By the looks of them, they look like starters.
These guys, these guys are dang tough, and another great example of how tough the regional was or sectional was. I think maybe third and fourth here at sectionals.
Vbrock. And then, can you pronounce the Central last name for me? Is
Nosby. Knosby with a K.
Knosby.
But I think it's Nosby. My son Vinny's wrestled these two guys his whole life, and we finally outgrew them. It was a battle. Two great wrestlers out there again.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You got third place and fifth place. Nosby, a junior. He's 42-10 on the year. Vbrock 36-11, pretty similar records. Took fifth place.
Both juniors, so we get one more year of excitement with them.
They did wrestle last week in the Concy semifinals, and Nosby did win 8-3. Yeah, you mentioned that as far as watching wrestlers and intense wrestlers, good wrestlers, see what they do. I know back in my day, not to give I guess I am going to give a back in my day. Coach Alley and I wrestled in the 90s, so back then it was 0-2, and Coach Alley doesn't know this, but at tournaments, if you lost twice, I experienced this a lot my freshman year, it wasn't a scramble, it wasn't all this kind of stuff. You went 0-2, and it was a legitimate barbecue, right? Yeah. You sat in the bleachers the rest of the day, and I remember at that particular time, the Little Shoot tournament, I sat back, and I watched this Amherst wrestler. I do not remember his name, but absolute intense. And I watched him warm up, and I watched and just everything about him. And after that point, I'm like, I'm going to emulate that guy, right? It didn't kick in right away, but part of it is how you warm up. Part of it is how you get your mental frame of mind going.
Yeah, we put a lot of as spectators of the sport, you put a lot of thought into the big things are what's happening right now, right here. But so much of it started, years and years and years ago, and at least months ago, right? And then you talk about preparation and creating a similar process for your wrestling. And we always talk about the further back you go. In other words, if you go to a day before the match and try to do everything the same, hey, good things might happen. If you can go a week before that match and just trying to develop all that, there's so much more to this sport than just what shows out here. And the pain, the sweat, the tears, the fights in the rooms,
right,
where you're just trying to survive some days. I tell you, I bet in these three rooms, if you have an off day, your face finds the mat a lot.
Right.
And that can be motivational when you love a sport and want to compete. So
that is true. Yeah, if you don't have those guys to push you can have an off day.
Yep.
And maybe kind of go into practice and say, you know what, I'm just not going to push it as hard. And can't do that in these programs. You're absolutely right.
And there's another aspect too of hey, the next person behind you is ready to go. You know, if you're not living up to your part of the deal, they're going to come in and
Slough
take your
off.
spot.
Right on. Right on. Nosby up 4-0. Approaching the halfway point of this match. Again, this duel is over. St. Croix Falls will advance, but I got to imagine St. Croix Central. Coach Brad Holzer is already game plan in his mind. Obviously, they'll have to go on and big favors against Northwestern. Yeah. Right, and then they're eagerly. This can be rare, Coach, but St. Croix Central is going to be big St. Croix Falls fans.
Yeah.
In the next round.
Yep. I'll tell you, and that, you mentioned that they might send the JV out for these. But because of the new format and because of how the head-to-head and all the seeding and all those things matter, these matches still matter for St. Croix Central.
Great point.
They need, these wins could help catapult them in the seeding criteria down the road. So, I'm not exactly how it all works, but I know it matters still.
You're talking for that at-large bid.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Good point. Great point. Yeah, you might not see the forfeiting out anymore or, like you said, putting in those backups.
We've been talking a little bit about, the format changes and all those things. And, boy, a lot of things that it really helped kind of solidify and grow the sport. And here's another great example that didn't occur to me till just now, that it makes sense for both teams to continue putting their best wrestlers on the mat. So all couple thousand spectators here get to enjoy a few more good matches.
A few more good matches before we go take a 20-minute break after the conclusion of this one and then go on to the finals. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. It's and if Al, if you ever figure out the seating matrix and how that works, I guess we'll get you on for a podcast and you can explain it to us.
Yeah, I think they're, it feels like the seating gets a little better. There's some frustration with it sometimes, especially because we don't maybe know all the criteria, or it's hard to figure it out a little bit on your own. But boy, every year it gets just a little bit better. They find the little gaps.
Continuous improvement, right?
Yeah.
I guess that's all we can ask.
Yep.
Score up now as we start the third period. Nosby up 7-0.
Dom's really looking for that Peterson. He wants to score big here. If he can get that arm trap now, he might be just trying to reach back there and get it.
Yeah, crazy. What was it, 2 matches ago? It was coming down to the wire, and it looked like Central was just looking to get the win, and then just like that, snap of the fingers. And here's that advantage now, the takedown and 4 near fall. Well, St. Croix Falls, hey, what do you know? They walked into a major decision.
Yeah, yep. That was the 126, I think, Schlatke and Schar.
Schlackley and Schauer, yep. Yeah, what a difference. He pinned Schauer in the semis. Schauer ends up getting the win back. Paul's kind of seems to be known for that, right? They just.
It's the reason why you always talk about until you've beaten the returning state title. They got there for a reason, and unfortunately, St. Croix Central just got to keep working to figure it out. They got a great team, and they got a lot of wrestlers coming back.
Well, Falls seems to have, I don't know how I'm going to try to explain this here. Maybe I got 33 seconds to do it before our final match, but they seem to have an underdog, and I don't mean underdog as far as them because they're state champs, but kids in the rooms that are the underdogs, they seem to have a certain amount of pride in getting that upset in a duel and walking over to their bench, and the studs in the room give them that nod and that slap on the back like, hey, nice job. And that just seemed to happen at that 126 match, right? That kid walked off, and you walked through the tunnel of wrestlers, and there was a lot of pride there of saying, hey, I just got the upset.
I tell you, we love to celebrate. We do what am I proud of every week? We do it after an event.
That's great.
And the idea is to share that freshman, that kid who maybe.
Nosby going to get the win. Central going to go score 4 points, go up 22-40. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah.
Moving up to the last match of the day at 157, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, the idea real quickly is just to get to share what you are proud of that one of your teammates did in a public setting and make sure that they get the chance to be acknowledged for that. And you see that mat side when they do that. We got Chase Steffen from St. Croix Falls. And it'll be Jake Swenson from St. Croix Central. Jake Swenson's down from 65.
Yeah, Jake Swenson took 4th place at 165 last week. Chase Steffen, a junior, 36-14. 4th place as well. So actually wrestled the St. Croix Central wrestle last week, but it was Ian Bronson. So once again, the last match of the day, last match of the duel, and then we'll take a 20-minute break, intermission. Start off with the finals. Coach Allie Peterson got you a little bit longer. I know you guys have been making stride there at Somerset. And Somerset, the mascot is Spartan. I should have known that, Somerset Spartans. But you guys are doing some great things there. Obviously, your boy qualifying for state. What's the game plan? What are you guys doing to kind of take those next steps?
Yeah, we're just trying to, I think one of our biggest goals is to just continue working on numbers, right? Numbers drive a lot of things. It drives competitiveness in the room. So just trying to get more kids out. And I think this year, we had a unique year for us. I believe we've tied the school record for state qualifiers. We have 2 boys and 2 girls that made it.
Awesome.
So, we're looking for that to be, success, hopefully get some more interest. We fight a great hockey team that takes a lot of that wrestling mentality wrestlers.
Is that a combo team or
It is, but it's mostly Somerset. But I think they have St. Croix Falls maybe that is who it combos with. But yeah, we want to utilize this year's success and wins, and hopefully that finds us some more kids. We got some 8th graders coming up. Boy, we got a room full of coaches. I'd be wrong to not share how great our coaching staff is, and that's not me. It's the rest of them. We got Logan Peterson's my assistant.
Big time name right there.
Yeah, and then Corey Warman from the early 2000s, just a hammer. He's in there every night because his son has come out. We have our video analyst, Sean Mock, whose kid wrestled years ago, was back in there. Trent Smith from St. Croix Central is in there. I'm missing a.
Let's get buy-in, right? I mean, you get good people around you. You get buy-in from the parents, kids.
Yeah. Austin Hefner from Chilton Hilbert, another.
Oh
another
yeah,
guy
that's
in there.
right. Big time name down there.
And I'll tell you, when you're trying to grow something and you start bringing in these different coaching trees, right, that have different philosophies and beliefs and tactics than you start to give your kids more opportunities to pick up the things that they want to be good at. I wasn't a scrambler wrestler, so finding someone that can teach scrambling is great because it's a very popular thing.
Yeah,
right
that kind of didn't exist when
Nope.
There it is again, the back in our day, right?
In our day, you were taught if they get it on your leg and you can't stop them, just give up the takedown and find an escape, right?
Yeah.
Not dive for an ankle and shoot underneath. And
dive in between the legs, start rolling around. You never, let's roll over our back.
Yeah.
We never did that.
Yeah, that was the one thing that would for sure get you in trouble on Monday is if you did anything to your back, right?
I still remember Bill Verbatim, my coach, saying, when you go to sleep on your stomach. We do not go to our back, ever. That's just ingrained to me. So to grab a leg and roll through on my back, that's just, I get the cold shivers.
Yeah. That's a great statement there from Will. I'll have to remember that one.
He would say, when you watch TV, lay on the floor and lay on your belly. Everything was this, always on your belly. If we were taking breaks, it was you never sat down and laid on your back. You're always on your belly. It's just a mindset, right?
Yeah. Jake's doing a nice job here, up 6-1 over Chase. This is a pretty important matchup.
Seating wise?
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, both these wrestlers are pretty tough wrestlers.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is one of those team sectionals, definitely, as we approach the final few seconds of the first period, that right now I got to say that even though St. Croix Central is out of this match, they're still thinking, hey, we got to win the next one, I keep saying wrestle back, but I have no better word for it. And this is one of the 2 sectionals, Teagan, I think, in Division II, where that at-large bid could come from. And now the advantage of, you're always saying, hey, you wrestle the championship and you lose, and you're coming off a guy that took 3rd. So he's riding the high of mentally winning, coming off the low of losing, right? And now we're going to see that dual meet-wise, potentially.
It was funny you said that because I had a conversation with my assistant this weekend, and I said, with Logan, and I said, hey, what do you think statistically the number is in the wrestle back where let's call it the 3rd place wrestler wrestles the 2nd place wrestler? Statistically speaking, who do you think wins more often? Because I feel like what I witness is the 3rd place wrestler wins more often. Maybe it's just because you think of it as an upset, so it sticks in your head more. But I feel like that's what my eyes tell me.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, it'd be great if somebody ran the stats. Somebody smarter than me is going to have to run the stats on that.
Yeah, that's not something I'm doing.
Well, maybe not even smart-wise, right? I guess more time.
Right.
That I don't have.
But to your point, that's one of the great dynamics here because now, Central's got to reset, get ready to go against Northwestern, and then if they're able to pull that one off, get reset and hopefully have a chance. So yeah, the mentality of that hasn't existed in the team setting for the last, let's call it,
Well, since
33 years.
99, 92. Is that
Yeah.
your? Yeah, good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for the first time in 33 years, you got to actually get your team ready to go again after a loss. That's exciting.
1992, Allie's freshman year of high school.
That's why it's easy to remember. Also, that was the first year we did skin fold.
Okay.
So that also always reminds me of when those started.
Allie Peterson, a young buck to me, 2 years my younger.
Chase is in on a nice single leg here. He's down 6-2. The takedown here would be really big. Trying to get it up.
Yeah, these falls wrestlers just do not quit. Keep wrestling. It's a mentality, too. It's a mindset that takes to ingrain into kids.
It's a byproduct of all three of these teams that are likely competing for that last spot, right? Or that first place spot. The kids just keep coming. We were talking about Osceola earlier, and it's one of the things as an opposing coach I really admire about him. He could be down 14-0, and that kid will walk back to the middle and go, yep, I got a move that'll work.
Sure.
I'll go get it, you know. They're not down 14-0 very often.
Well, you saw that before with the, I'm just going to call it a back trip. I don't know the specific name of that move where he, kicked the leg and, in 126.
Yeah.
But you saw that, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he always has a bag of tricks.
This is an interesting scramble here. Okay. Stefan's got a cradle on there, but I don't know if he's in position there. He lost it.
It's kind of in the wrong spot, eh?
Yeah.
Swenson up by 1 with 35 seconds left. Check that, 38 seconds. So go out of bounds.
You wonder if Jake will take Brock's path and keep growing. He was, I think he was 38 last year, so he made a big jump this year. If you think of how Brock, I think, came into high school and started at a lower weight as well.
Well, I was going to ask you, but Brock Swenson, 208 pounds, 208.6 pounds, choosing to wrestle heavyweight.
Good luck finding anything other than muscle in that 208 pounds.
Yeah, he's strong dude. And here's what's impressive, nice little.
Stefan went for a suicide cradle there, a little roll-through cradle, and Jake popped the arm and caught him. This is a bad spot for Chase to be in here.
Tell you what, they can get the stick here. There's pretty good momentum coming in. That next duel, Stefan doing a good job. You can see that left shoulder fighting, staying up. And there's the fall. 4 seconds left, second period. That's going to take the team score. St. Croix Falls going to advance to the finals. 40 points to St. Croix Central. It's going to have 34.
28.
34. Oh, it ends at 28. I looked up and didn't realize the math started. But Allie Peterson, head coach of Somerset, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you coming on and add your commentary. Kind of gives Teague and I a little break to get ready for the finals and potential true second place match. And folks, we are going to be starting at Coach Allie. What do you got? Any?
Yeah, just finish up with thanks for having me. And I feel like I can say this on behalf of all of the wrestling fans and lovers of the sport. Thank you so much for what you guys do. It's really appreciated. I know it's exciting for the kids to hear their name talked about and all that, and to see all that. So thank you so much for the time and the effort you guys put in, and look forward to seeing you in Madison.
Well, I appreciate it. Allie, we appreciate you and everything you do. And folks, be watching for Allie Peterson on the PGA Pro Tour. Heck of a golfer. So we're looking.
That's probably not coming anytime soon.
Well, you know what? I mean, I can hope, right? Then I can say, hey, I played around with that guy. But, folks, we are going to go ahead and get started at 12, a little bit before 12:30. So, on behalf of Allie Peterson, Somerset head coach, we'll see you in 20 minutes for the finals. No, it doesn't. Do I need to turn it off, Peter?
No.
Good. Hey, you have fun?
Just don't say anything.
Can she take a picture?
Oh.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, yeah,
I joked around with the kids last night. I said if we lose the first round, I'd sure like to go talk a little bit.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
really?
You guys asked me
Oh.
I was like, sweet.
Oh, that was awesome. I mean, well, I said to Teague, I go, after you guys were done, I go, hey, go get Allie. But then I'm like, you know what? We'll get him on the semifinals.
Yeah, nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. That's
Appreciate
awesome.
you guys.
Appreciate you, Allie.
Yeah.
Is that in the coach's room? Allie, you gonna go get some chow?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll come with you.
Yeah, it's time.
Oh, sorry. So I bought this to help people's wrists out, but is it actually kind of in the way?
I don't know yet. My arm will get tired from this one.
beat Oconomowoc by like 21.
I just saw that. And Slinger beat Hartford.
South Milwaukee, Waukesha West and Big Muck. West Dallas Central and Muskego.
So championship.
Yep. So we'll focus on Kit versus Oak Creek, beating Tremper by 3. Oh, Milton beat Burlington.
Wow. Wow. Wait, who's on the top side of that? Milton
Kit and Oak Creek. Yep.
Holy cow. Milton can go. The first time since 02 for Milton?
Oh, I suppose I should check out. So that duel, almost done. Oak Creek's up 30-23 with 3 matches left.
Well, Slacky and I got our lights on. Put lights in each other as we're watching.
Let's see here.
Which one are you looking at?
I'm going to look up the, well, I'm curious to this one because this is, this should be Chilton Hilbert.
What about Denmark?
I'm sorry. Well, Chilton Hilbert and Denmark. I meant to say 2 schools, and yep, exactly what I thought. Well, wow. Let's get rid of those 2. Oh, here's the big one. Oh, wow, they're still going. Mount Horeb. Wow, look at that, Teak. Okay, Evansville won. We knew that. No, it doesn't seem like it. This is actually the one I'm curious about.
Wait, who'd you say won? With who?
Evansville beat Lodi, so it's Evansville Mount Horeb.
Oh, hey, we got to figure out the toss here.
Oh, refs are back already.
Did Ellsworth sneak it? Nope. Well, Boston beat Arcadia 41-39.
East Troy beat Shoreland Lutheran.
Lodi.
You ready?
Oh, man. Belmont
We're going to
Platteville
start the
almost took
duels
out
here in
Moore.
just a couple minutes.
Good for Belmont Platteville, man.
On mat 1, we will have the Osceola Chieftains and the St. Bernard Saints. On mat 2,
All right.
the Northwestern Tigers and the St. Croix Central Panthers. A couple reminders. Profanity and aggressive behavior will not be tolerated. If those are displayed, we will ask you to leave. And again, we are not trying to be rude. We're trying to give our teams their own team space.
Oh, we got to
So
see?
we ask
All right.
if you do not have a badge to please be in the bleachers. We want you to be able to see, and we want our teams to have their own bench spaces. So thank you for being respectful of the teams you're beating.
I know, we're going to
Oh,
have to pay attention.
This
good luck.
may be the last round of wrestling, and possibly we do have to have a true second. So depending on the outcome, we may have a wrestle-back duel after this round. We will do the awards at the completion of the tournament once we have that done. So stick around and good
Tony.
luck.
Who won and what they call?
Green start at 175, that's Osceola. Osceola will be green.
St. Croix Falls win? St. Croix Falls won. They chose evens.
Again, on the blue mat, we have St. Croix Central and North.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to a D2 Team Sectional A coverage here from the Wisconsin Grappler. Joining you live from God's country here in St. Croix Falls, I am Teague Fenwick, joined by Steve Lurkwin, bringing you the championship action, and it does not get much better than this. You like 2 versus 4. How about number 2 St. Croix Falls in their home gym versus number 5 Osceola, 16 ranked wrestlers, Steve. And it seems that this season, today, it has slowly been building to a fever pitch, and it was going to be one of the most high-stakes finals.
Well, Teague, if you are a wrestling fan, a commentator, coach, referee, doesn't matter. This is it, this gym today. Final 4, right? We have 4 ranked teams, Northwestern, 15th ranked team in the state, but right here, Teague, right now, number 2 versus number 5, as you just said. We're starting out at 175 pounds for the championship. And Teague, I'm going to tell you this, one of the tallest 175-pounders I may have ever seen in my life. You got Myron from Osceola, but Wachaku getting the quick 3-point takedown for St. Croix Falls.
11-9 Oliver Myron. How about this 1-1 Micah Wachaku? And on a double leg again, and taking Myron to his back. Wachaku out for a portion of the year and looking to start his team off in a big way.
Teague, that is
and a fall.
3rd match of the year for Wachaku. And gets a 28-second pin. Teague, it looked like Myron was trying to go big with a headlock, and Wachaku was having none of that. Gets his arm raised to both sides of the gym, and the St. Croix fans, just like that, have all the momentum on their side.
Well, 190-pound St. Croix Falls sending first, and there he is, the Cradle King himself.
Well, Teague, our first move of the day, right? Drake Peterson slated at 175, but moving the Cradle Master, state medalist, up to 190 pounds.
Well, and some weigh-in tactics by Osceola, as Isaac Dunham for the Chieftains did weigh in at 190 instead of 175 today. So we'll see. Yeah, Dunham making the move up to 215, so we'll see Havlish at 285.
Well, folks,
throw your projected lineups out the window, Steve.
Yeah, Drake Peterson, champion, so he'll be wrestling at state. Oh, no, take this is, don't see him in the lineup, so this is going to be a backup for Osceola.
Yeah. It's Dan Larkey. Taken down by Peterson, a 3rd place state finisher last year. Got the walk-off pin. Osceola, nice win over Northwestern.
Teague, last summer you got a chance to wrestle Drake Peterson.
Did go well.
Yeah,
it was
folks,
quick.
Yeah, you'll be seeing that at some point. There is kind of like a Matty Peach armbar. It's a Drake Peter like clockwork, a Drake Peterson cradle.
And Drake Peterson looking for his 3rd cradle of the day. Gets the fall, now a 12-point lead for St. Croix Falls.
So I guess you could kind of say, based on the weigh-ins expected by Osceola, here's kind of where they'll make their counterattack.
And Steve, I love the dynamic of the seating here, as St. Croix Falls bench right in front of Osceola's bleachers. Osceola right by the St. Croix Falls bleachers.
Interesting.
So I'm guessing we'll see Isaac Dunham here at 215.
Well, wait, and you are correct. Isaac Dunham, 175-pound state qualifier, going to be wrestling. Giving up some weights. Going to be wrestling up at 215 pounds. Dunham 27-2 on the year.
Oh, and Alex Hoff bumping from 190 to 215.
It's almost kind of a, I'll say, a true 190-pound match with Dunham weighing up at 190.
Makes it to state at 175.
And both wrestlers wrestling 215.
Yep.
That's why dual meet wrestling can sometimes get a little bit tricky to follow. Coach is making some moves, gamesmanship as I call it. Ooh, Little interesting.
Hoff wasn't liking
Yeah.
the position he was in there. Right now, Giovanni Stork up 3-0 on Pearson. Folks, I know audio going to both matches from us. We'll be focusing on the first place match. We'll do our best to get in some names over on mat number 2 as St. Croix Central not out of the battle for true second yet.
They are not.
They'll be rooting for the Saints here.
Something not much said publicly, but St. Croix Central right now, huge St. Croix Falls fans. Needing St. Croix Falls to win for first so they can get a true wrestle back for second. If Osceola wins this duel, we are done. That's how it's set. Well, I should, you know what?
Well, of course, that's how the second place team is.
I apologize, folks. That's a little premature with that, but right now St. Croix Central up 18-0. I want to give a shout out to Northwestern head coach Tim Kaufman, as he will be coaching in his final event today. So he's hanging it up. Right now, Mr. Mayberry of Northwestern. Julius Mayberry is wrestling Brock Swenson. Julius picked up his 100th win.
And 101st. Oh, Dunham in on the leg, but Hoff able to bring that back up to it.
Parents got to
Overhook.
celebrate, brought down his poster for him. We'll make sure we announce him on the podcast.
And no score, but a little flurry at the end.
You know what? I tell you what, Isaac Dunham gonna cap off his 101 win career. I'm sorry, not Isaac Dunham. I just said Isaac Dunham. Julius Mayberry. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong side. St. Croix Central up 24-0.
Start of the second. Hoff chooses down and gets the escape to get on the board. Hoff, 5th place finisher at sectionals.
Osceola coached by Cal Gerber. Assistant coaches Clint Strom, Luke Clark, Kyle Miller, and Brian Meyer.
Oh, and Dunham, nice double leg. The lead change here in the middle of the second.
And took him to the mat with authority. You could feel that thud from outside in the parking lot.
Yeah, Steve, 16 ranked wrestlers. I think across the state, that's got to be one of the highest aggregate duels we'll see.
Antique, is this the only team sectional with 4 ranked teams at it?
Oh, I'm guessing, well, no, in Division 1.
Oh, could be.
They have D1 Sectional B.
B, yep, there you go. Well, let me narrow that. Division 2.
Oh, Hoff rolling through it. Nice follow by Dunham.
Well, just as I say that, Section E could have
Evansville, Mount Horeb,
Reedsburg. Lodi? Is Lodi ranked?
Well, I could pull it up here real quick. Lodi is ranked 11th.
So they have 4.
Yeah, Mount Horeb, Reedsburg, Lodi.
So it's going to end. Dunham's going to be up 3-1. A good job with that leg ride.
Which our Evansville brethren are streaming that today, so you get to see a lot of ranked action on the Grappler website.
Yep, we also got a stream through our Mineral Point affiliates. Mineral Point. I'm sure Mineral Point is taking care of business down there. I'll do a little check on that.
Bayport wrestling Kakwana right now. The start of the third. Dunham chooses down 3-1. Here in the third match of the afternoon, this finals tilt. Nice follow by Hoff.
Mineral Point, he gets far around the state. I got to tell you, probably the first team to punch their ticket to the state tournament. 46-36 over Marquezan. Nice job by Marquezan. Good little fight out of them.
And 4-1 after the escape by Dunham. Talk about the 16 ranked wrestlers. Dunham ranked 7th. 175. Unable to find the leg again. Little duck under. Good level change and takedown at the edge of the mat. Now 7-1 lead.
Well, now if you're Dunham, you go from just trying to get the victory. Now you got to start looking at bonus points. Maybe cut them here.
Yeah, Coach Cal Gerber.
Yep. Assistant coaches, the coaches are saying, hey, let's go neutral.
Knows the urgency of the situation. He's seen how this Saints team has operated before as well, and every point matters. Well, now Hoff with a shot of his own. Down 7-2. 40 seconds remaining. Hoff thinking fireman's a Dunham.
Yeah, now what do you do, right? You just go for that 30-second ride out? Do you cut him? I think the position you're in, now you just keep him down.
Yeah.
Not enough time. Hoff, educated wrestler, takes a look at the clock and realizes, hey, I need one.
Yeah, quick stand-up, but Dunham looking to trip, and a quick escape by Hoff. So Dunham's got to be on the offensive. Looking for the major as time winds down, and Isaac Dunham, state qualifier at 175, gets the win at 215. But Alex Hoff, that late escape.
2 wins in that match, right? I mean, obviously, Osceola getting their first points on the board big time, but Hoff being a great team dual meet wrestler right there, understand the situation, less than 10 seconds, getting the one, saving his team the team point.
So we go to 285, and I don't know, many folks who have had a tougher day than this wrestler. St. Croix Falls Grappler, Garrett Dagestad.
Yeah, this weight class is loaded. He's had to wrestle a tough I'm sorry, I keep on saying tomahawk wrestler. Oh my gosh, Teague. What's wrong with me?
Osceola, or tough St. Croix Central wrestler?
Well, he wrestled a tough, whatever. He's just had some tough ones. We're just going to go with that. Northwestern, they wrestled first round.
No, they wrestled Somerset.
Somerset, okay, so he had a win there. Oh, nice, beautiful.
Oh, Elliot Havlish.
I'm sorry, Havlish, right through his back.
One of the most dangerous wrestlers in the state, ranked 8th at 215. Looking to make quick work of 285 state qualifier. Garrett Dagestad, and 4 points given.
Havlish, I know he wants to end this quick, but you got to slow down a little bit, right? I mean, you're giving up some weight, don't want to get rolled through. End up on your back against the big fella.
Oh, we got some chants going in the crowd now.
Love it. Love it.
12-3, St. Croix Falls. Coffee grinder at heavyweight, not something you see every day.
You do not. Love me a good coffee grinder. Mat 2 right now, we have Lucas Brown leading Connor Becker. Team score of that one is SEC 24.
Wow, the big man's athleticism. I mean, Havlish, how about 2 sophomores wrestling at state and some grown man weights? Havlish, a state place winner last year.
6th place, right? Yeah, Havlish is just it's funny. I don't know what I'm more amazed by, that he's a sophomore or that 3 people so far have beaten him.
On finding the bar is Havlish.
He's got to make this one good,
yeah,
right?
Well, you wonder, 30 seconds left. You think he waits to lock something up, or lets it go to the second period?
I'm betting he waits to the second.
You might as well. You're pretty close to Tech territory.
You know, here's a situation that,
And striking with 15 seconds left. This would get the Osceola crowd jacked. Dagestad trying to power through, keeping that shoulder up, and time runs out.
Tech fall and another little victory, small little victory for St. Croix Falls. Saving that team point.
Well, you can tell Havlish wanted that 6. Not thrilled after, but I mean, still matchup-wise, pretty nice when you can get 5 points against the state qualifier.
That is true. That is true.
The score now 12-8 as we head to 106 pounds.
And we have, well, if this is Malachi Barker, I'm sorry. You gotta give me like 2 seconds to adjust my mistake there.
Sorry.
He was the on the cover of our advertisement for this.
The poster child for the stream.
And it is Malachi Barker, a sophomore, 48-2. He is wrestling Jamison Berg, who he has a pin over last weekend. Jamison Berg, 17-17, took 8th last week.
Yeah, Barker ranked first at 106 pounds.
First time I've gotten to see him wrestle this year.
Osceola with a ranked wrestler, 32, 38, 44, 50, 57. Talk
nice.
about a murderer's row.
Yeah, what they have last year? 8 state qualifiers that all returned. Gosh, nice adjustment. Like it was going to be a potentially dangerous, but Barker makes the adjustment, and great fight out of
somehow
Berg.
Able to roll through, but Barker still with the tight hold. No grip has changed, so no points awarded yet.
Still holding 4. The ref is basically saying without awarding it is that the bottom wrestler is not defensible yet. So same move. Coaches, I shouldn't say same move, but sometimes coaches get a little upset and they say it's a different move, but if he's not defensible, then it doesn't matter. Points are awarded.
Points assessed. Now 7-0 lead for the Osceola sophomore. Looking for another turn. This one a little tighter as Barker sits back. Well, ranked first in the state for a reason. You're expected to get the job done. Get your 6, but Berg needs to hold on for 15 more seconds.
See, guys, thinking about this the other day. If this doesn't end in a pin, hear me out.
And that's about as close as it gets.
So here's what you do, Teague. Listen to me out on this right now. He's going to be up 11-0.
Yep.
You take top if you're Barker. It's your choice. Right off the whistle, you lock your hands.
Oh, because then you get 2 chances.
You get 2 chances. Strategy.
That is some next level mat savvy.
You know
Steve.
what? I don't think too often, but every now and then something good comes out.
And again, same situation as we saw with Havlish. If you're going to get a turn,
it's got to be good.
Better make sure it's a good one.
Or lock your hands and you get 2.
Let's go over and tell Coach Gerber that real quick.
Well,
hey, I know you're new to the no. Stall warning against Berg.
Oh, that is, he's got it. He's working a nice deep half. He's going to make it a good one.
Barker thinking cradle. Little snowplow action. And stall warning against Barker. I think it just went in the direction of out of bounds.
Okay,
so
he's saying he pulled him off.
Yeah. All right, St. Croix Central up 29-4. We're on mat number 2.
Tell you what, good kudos to Berg right now, right? I mean, that's.
Yeah, I think almost everyone,
Oh.
maybe outside of the St. Croix Falls faithful, probably pencil in 6 for this match. So anything less than 6, I'd go crazy if I'm a Saints fan.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was ingrained in what he was doing. He went freestyle start. Did Barker. Yeah, absolutely, right? I mean, they've had 2 of those so far, where I think Osceola was expecting 6 and got 5. Teague, I can't find the baby anymore, but this is why SCF has such a good wrestling program. Even their babies are wearing singlets in the gym. I don't know if you caught that before.
I did not see that.
I think that was one of the baby Raggers.
Brooks or Rocky?
Well, it was Katie's kid, so.
Oh yeah, Brooks.
Yeah. Tell you what, when your babies are wearing singlets, that's next level.
You were made for this sport. All right. 3rd period. No score in that one.
Yeah, there's a little. So, T, did I see that correctly? I just want to make sure I call this correct.
It looked like did Berg choose top and then
let him go?
So score.
Nope. Berg took neutral.
Right. No, Berg chose top, and then coach told to go neutral. So now Barker, if he gets a takedown.
It's got to be feet to back. Tell you what, that's good coaching right there.
And Berg more than all right, but almost maybe getting a little too relaxed, Steve. As Barker catches the arm and has over 90 seconds to look for the fall.
So here's the thing. If he comes out of criteria at all, it's going to be a tech fall. So Barker's got to do his best to keep him there.
Oh, and a tough situation. And takedown at near fall. Potentially dangerous called.
Okay. All right, so that's going to be the tech fall. Osceola fans not happy.
And we could see that from our vantage point, but I think maybe did the elbow get too high?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Looking, Cal's going to come over and ask for an explanation. Teague's looking for that explanation. Gerber and Rager, center mat. Coach Joe Rager always comes over the table. I like that call. Make sure he's the first one there. So
I think, based off the conversation, I think he might have just had his neck. I think the arm came free or something.
Gotcha.
We'll get more confirmation after the duel, but all we know for now, that is a tech fall. First lead change of the duel. Don't know if it'll be the last one, Steve.
I think we're going to have several more. Do a quick look on mat number 2. We got Leonard versus Volts. Right now, Volts up 11-3. St. Croix Central leading 29-4. And Caden Hahn making quick work. By the way, team score, that's Teague said lead change, but Hahn looking to take that right back.
At 13-12, Osceola.
Good job by the AR, letting the head official know they're out of bounds. Taking a look here, 2 refs having there's 0 on the scoreboard right now. I would have thought Hahn would have had 3. I think that's what they're discussing.
And all right, I'll eavesdrop.
Teague's going to listen in as the head ref explains to both coaches what's going on. Both coaches looking intently. Okay, so we're going to have a legal hold on red. I'm not quite sure what, but. Okay. All right, so the legal hold happened at 10 seconds in, so it's going to reset at 150. Meyer is going to be leading 1-0. Trying to look where Meyer. Meyer, a 15-14 sophomore. Caden Hahn had a great battle with Trenton Holzer in the semifinals. Lost by 1. I believe the score was 9-10. But Caden Hahn, 39-4 on the year. State medalist. I think Caden Hahn was trying to go a little big. Now he's going to just settle down a little bit and
go to work on top.
Do some basic wrestling, right? You see that sometimes.
Interesting matchups here, Steve. I think we're going to see a lot of bonus points here in this duel, as already evidenced. But now Mr. Meyer with the chance to potentially fend off bonus points.
Doing a little clock reset.
Yeah, I think if you're the Osceola fans, if you anything less than 6 points, you'll take it here against the state place winner, 4th ranked 113-pounder.
Fun kid too, Caden Hahn. Got to talk to him a little bit at the Battle in the Bay. He's got one of those spry personalities.
Meyer with the escape.
Well, here we are. I tell you what, we're talking a lot about Hahn, but he seems to be just dominating this one, and right now we're 1 point match. Meyer going big. Refs are going to talk about it. Say
no takedown.
Okay, so his foot was still in the cylinder, but I think what he lifted up. Well, no, he lifted up like this, meaning you can be in the cylinder, but if you're not a point in contact, it's you're out of bounds. So he's saying his foot came up.
It's a stall warning against Meyer.
Nice little John Smith, low leg single. Teague, John Smith was a multiple-time Olympic champion, just to kind of explain that.
I'll tell you what, thank you.
Sorry, folks. Teague and I spent a lot of time together. We have inside jokes. I know he knows who John Smith is.
Hahn up 6-2. Well, these Osceola guys love their chin whips. Chin whip, neck wrench, whatever you want to call it. They find a way to make it happen. And Hahn with a deep bar and a half.
Hey, Justin, nicely.
30 seconds to go.
Oh, I tell you, Meyer, nice job fighting out of that, because that is not a fun move.
Yeah, posting out nicely right now.
Looking at the clock. Nice adjustment.
Unable to catch the arm. Meyer rolls
through. I tell you what, I'm going to applaud Meyer on that one. That is just pure grit and toughness right there. He's going to be, I tell you what, he's going to be a tough kid to pin. If you can't pin him in that, the move that has multiple names, I just call it painful.
Hahn up 10-2. Head into the second.
It's a little strategy right there where Meyer could have taken top and done what St. Croix Falls did. Let him go. Give him an extra point.
So Hahn choosing top, and essentially you think in this period, 2 chances to work for a fall, and tell me if you've seen this today. St. Croix Falls guy with the cradle.
Meyer did a good job of getting that shoulder, getting that arm out a little bit. Yeah, difficult for Rod and the gang next to us, all St. Croix Falls fans, and they got to keep their eyes peeled on number 2, mat number 2.
Yeah, Central up 35-4, so I think
couple more matches they'll get to be over here.
Hahn working for another, well, has the turn work, now looking for the fall, and there it is.
Tell you,
our second lead change of the day.
Meyer, great job fighting off, but Hahn, I give him a lot of credit choosing the right move for a fall, because that is that's a particular hold that not a lot of men can fight out of.
Score now 18-13. 6 matches into this duel.
Well,
we head to 120.
And what's the difference in this duel? Both of them have 3 matches apiece. Falls has 3 pins. Osceola does not. Osceola 2 tech falls and a decision.
And we'll get our second Hoff brother this duel. It'll be Derek Hoff, freshman for the Saints. Wrestling for Osceola. 3rd place sectional finisher, Alex Williman. Steve, this actually a rematch from sectionals. Hoff 14-3 victory over Williman, but we saw that Central Falls match that was an 18-point swing from the regional or sectional result last week. So not counting Williman out of this by any means.
By no means, right? Osceola, just a style, as far as a program goes, just a style where they're never out of it. They can just, they can go from anywhere. They can pin. They're a little bit funky, right? They're a little bit freelance.
A standing 3-quarter, I don't know what else to call it, but it got to a 3-quarter position and a quick fall.
Tell you what, St. Croix Falls.
By Derek Hoff.
St. Croix Falls just looks like they're absolutely on a mission right now.
Hunting for bonus points. If you're going to beat this Chieftain crew, that's exactly what you have to do. Only took 42 seconds for the Saints freshman. And St. Croix Falls, you need every point you can get before you get into the teeth of this Osceola lineup.
Yeah, because they're coming. They are coming. Right now it's an 11-point lead. Chieftains and the Saints. Right now we have 126 pounds. Sickard from Osceola. He's wrestling Sladkey.
Travis Sickard.
St. Croix Falls.
Sickard 16-14. Sladkey, a state qualifier, 35-9. Helped ice the duel against St. Croix Central.
Sladkey, a 3rd place finisher, T, last week.
Sorry, 3rd place, yeah.
1 out. These two did not wrestle. Yeah, you're right. You and Allie were calling the action. That was one of those swing matches that just went all St. Croix Falls. And here's that Osceola program that's talking about. Yep. It's going big.
Sladkey able to keep his footing now, working for a cradle. Got to be some painful practices, thinking about how many times that cross-face cradle is worked on. Steve, am I correct in saying Osceola, would they be looking for their first trip to Team State?
Yeah, you can go ahead and keep calling. I'll confirm that. I believe so.
And Sladkey does find a cradle. 40 seconds to go, center of the mat. Sickard trying his best to roll out. Still looking to keep things close as they get into the heart of their lineup. But another fall for the Saints. We are over halfway done with this duel. 6 matches to go. St. Croix Falls with a 17-point lead. And I think this is where things really start to heat up, Steve.
We got to be all Osceola. Osceola needs to be all in right now to get this turned back. And Teague, to answer your question, St. Croix Central has never been to Team State. Osceola was at State 1 year, 2005. In 2005, they were.
Oh, that's because they were the last team that made it to State before the Ellsworth run. Yeah, good
This
call.
will be the first time in 21 years. But if you are part of the Chieftain Nation, this is just what the doctor ordered. Talon Berg wrestling Miles, correct? Miles
Kelly. Do you want to say Mike Kelly right away?
I did. I saw
Yep.
him, Kelly, and
Berg, two-time state qualifier, state place winner.
Miles Kelly, solid wrestler, taking third place last week.
Oh, sorry, Berg, a three-time state qualifier now, including this year.
Yeah, correct. 35. Kelly, 35 and 14. Well, the scoreboard says 31 and 12, but I got this all off of USA bracketing based on other section results. Not sure where things change. Oh, maybe the adjustment of the medical forfeits, Teague.
However that works, yeah.
I'm going to go by my notes. I like them better.
There's a no score here 1 minute in. And duel started at 165. 12-point lead by the Saints to open things up. Osceola scored 13 in a row, and 3 more pins by the Saints, and here we are. Brings us to 132.
See, one of the differences so far in this is St. Croix Falls' studs have been able to go out there and get momentum by getting quick falls. Osceola's not been able to do that. Even Havlish had a little trouble. He's one of their stud. Talon Berg, right now, where you need momentum, he just hasn't been able to do that. St. Croix Falls has been able to slow down the tempo.
Even having to grind out their wins.
Yeah, even if Talon's able to get a pin here, it's still you slow it down, right? You don't get momentum going for Osceola. And just as I say
now
that,
Kelly. Oh, and a stall call against Berg.
Taking something Allie Peterson and I were talking about at the end of the last duel was if Osceola's not able to come back.
In on a double.
If Osceola's
enough time to operate with.
Not able to come back, they'll be coming off the low end, and St. Croix Central will be coming off the high end, right? I mean, we talk about that all the time in individual wrestlebacks.
Yeah, we'll be here for one more round.
Yep. Again, this one started at 175.
That started the second. Berg chooses down. Hey, there's a switch there, Steve. I know you're not the biggest Switch fan, but...
Oh, I'm a huge Switch fan.
Well, I guess it didn't result in any points for now. Oh, nice follow by Kelly. Does have to climb, though, or there will be a stall warning. And
this is the 9th match of the day. Teague, no, I'll correct you on that one. I'm a huge Switch fan. I'm just saying we don't see switches a lot anymore.
Okay. Sorry, just putting words in your mouth over here.
That's right. Teague does not speak for all Steve Lurkmans of the world.
Right now, Ivan Woodhall looking for the tech on Haig. Northwest, good Tiger contingency here today, Steve. About 2.5 hour drive.
Kelly going for a chin whip. Berg's able to get out. Just 8 seconds over the halfway point of the match.
Well, and keep in mind, not a lot of momentum for Berg right now, but these Osceola guys can put up pins at any time, it seems like.
Agreed.
He picked up a takedown to extend his lead to 4.
Taking a little look ahead right now, Berg coming up. And, you know, here's the funny thing is we got a sectional rematch coming up next at 138. Osceola has Logan Meyer coming up yet. Wyatt Hastings, Cody Meyer, Logan and Cody. You're absolutely right. They got some big horses coming up.
Again, finding the leg of Kelly. He'll go out of bounds with the reset. 21 seconds to go.
With this one, 36 points available yet. Plenty of time to go. Osceola down by 17. Just got to get.
Well, we have a lot of team sectional wrestling fans, Steve. 158 people watching this finals match right now.
And the ref adjusts. I like that delay call.
Huge takedown at the edge of the mat. And the end of the period. Now a 7-1 lead. A state place winner for a reason.
And to give the ref some props, I like how he delayed that call, got into position, kind of took a little look himself and said, yep, I agree with myself. That is 3. T-Guy missed it. Did Kelly take down? I'll answer my own question. Kelly did take down,
yes, because Berg. Sorry, checking some technical things.
No, you're good. Berg's going to let him go. You do that. I'm not doing that. Was that bad? Sorry.
No, you're doing great. 7-2 lead for Berg. Likes that outside single, which makes sense given his frame.
Long and lanky.
Here, Berg, you got to turn the urgency up a little bit. Steve, I think there's very well a situation where we see an 8-6 duel and St. Croix Falls wins.
With the bonus points, correct. Well, let's be real here. Miles Kelly, I mean, even though Talonberg is really good, right, 27-1, he's wrestling Miles Kelly, who's 35-14.
Yeah, so not a slouch by any means.
No. Yeah, 1 match away from going to state. St. Croix Falls, 5 state qualifiers, had two guys take 3rd, so indicating 1 match away from state.
Folks, if you're tuned in from other sectionals, which I'm guessing some of you are, feel free to put some interesting team sectional results in the YouTube chat in the meantime. Because we will not be looking at other dual results on USA Bracket while this is going on. And now OBV with the 6-0 lead on mat number 2. St. Croix Central fans keeping, well, a lot of St. Croix Central fans watching mat number 1. Berg. With the Sean Kelly, a throwing over the arm.
I think this is if you want to say something or not or find out, I'm just throwing that in your
ear. An 8-2 victory for Talonberg. 150th career win for the Chieftain Senior.
Yeah. Just confirm that too.
All right, 5 matches to go. 30 points still on the board. St. Croix Falls, 14-point lead.
So we are at 138. I don't want to say this is a, well, is it a must-win, right? I mean, this is one of those swing matches. Osceola is favored in most of the remaining matches. So, but this one in particular, Hunter Cromroy, junior, 41-9, wrestling fellow junior Carter Ridgway, 28-16. Folks, they placed 3rd and 4th with Hunter Cromroy last week winning 11-8. And just as I say that, Carter Ridgway in on a single. It's got that leg up high. Looks a nice little dump. And tell you what, folks, if Ridgway not
With
only
the
turns
cradle
this,
on Cromry. Carter Ridgway known for his postseason heroics. And this would be one of his most heroic acts yet.
Jeez.
How about Hunter Cromry?
Holding up. Look at the fans from St. Croix Falls in anticipation. The Osceola fans cannot believe what's happening right now. Keep in mind, Cromry got the win by 3 last week to take 3rd place, and here Ridgway with a total shocker turn of events right now.
Oh, you're on. Okay, cool. Thank you. Wow,
St. Croix fans, Falls fans got a good view of it up there. They're all saying, come on.
Hunter Cromry, all tri-step strength and heart right now. And there is the fall. Carter Ridgway is inevitable.
Wow.
Flipping the decision.
I am standing here. Well, actually, I'm sitting, but I am just in awe. Oh, well, folks, we're going to have an unsportsmanlike.
Cromry ranked 9th.
Okay, we're going to have a minus of a point on green, so that doesn't help.
Team point.
So they're at 15, or where are we at?
Sorry, folks, we're trying to listen to hear what happened. I didn't see what happened, but either way, Osceola's going to lose a team point. And we have 4 weight classes left, so Teague, I'm doing the math here real quick. It's not over, but Osceola needs basically 4 falls.
Wow.
Teague, I loved your call. That was really good. So looking up here right now, we have another Berg. Keegan Berg from Osceola, 11-6 sophomore. He's wrestling Connor Weber, 24-9 senior. Folks, it's all on the shoulders right now in a must-win situation for Keegan Berg.
And now it's St. Croix Central. A couple matches left, but they'll still wait. So Keegan Berg, 11-6.
Yeah, Northwestern's going to pick up a win at 144. Looks like Nussbaum at Central is going to get a forfeit at 150.
So, Steve, maybe a late business decision here. But Berg not slated in the starting lineup. I think we're going to see a Meyer, Hastings, and a Meyer all bump up to finish off the duel.
Well, you know what?
So
that's all right. But if you try to do the math here, well, they could. Yep, if Berg's got to get a win, even if he gets a decision, and then they end with 3 pins. Osceola can come from behind and win this thing.
I think the message for Connor Weber is don't get too greedy, right? You can live with the loss. But bonus points with 3 more ranked wrestlers. And
well, Cal Gerber must really believe in his young sophomore because he's just 11-6 on the year and putting him against a 24-9 senior.
Assuming the Bergs are related. Might go with siblings. Well, Steve, I think that Carter Ridgeway pin kind of the climax of the duel for now. And Berg up 3-1. And I like the decision by Coach Gerber to bump everyone up, put Berg here, because at the end of the duel, St. Croix Falls does have Isaac Briggs waiting in the wings. So you need to beat Briggs. You probably got to put one of your best talents on him.
Reversal by Weber. Knots it up at 3.
The duel has ended on mat 2.
Well, Northwestern, St. Croix Central going to win 58-18. And congratulations to Northwestern on their great season. No state qualifiers, but also want to give a shout out to head coach Tim Kaufman of Northwestern. This is his last duel. He is retiring from coaching.
Congratulations to Northwestern coach Tim Kaufman on a great career. Yeah. Well, we'll wait till after. Well, and Weber, Steve, clinches the duel, and the Saints are going back to team state. And Steve, the Saints not going back to the field house, but we'll get the defending team state champs
in lacrosse.
At the lacrosse center.
10 minutes from Teague's house, or 8 minutes. And St. Croix Central going to go on into the extra room and collect themselves. They already know they're going to get a little, I'd probably say about a half hour before they have to go again. And I tell you what, this is on the line. This is going to be a really good duel. And Teague, I'm just going to tell you, I have high hopes, not high hopes, but a good feeling that bonus team, that at-large team is going to come from this sectional.
And Steve, you know, we like our certain teams and wrestlers, but above all, we like good wrestling. And I think one of the things I was rooting for coming into today was to see all 3 of these teams match up with each other round robin style. That's the best way to solve it, right?
Right. Do it on the mat.
So Meyer taking down Dominic Vibrock. Yeah, we'll give tabs for some other duels taking place. Evansville and Mount Horeb. Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of Evansville and Mount Horeb, Evansville up 35-6. Looks like Evansville is going to punch their ticket. One of those teams will be wrestling with St. Croix Falls.
Steve, question for you.
What do you got?
Since we have 3 matches remaining here on mat 1. You think the St. Croix Falls fans stick around for the wrestleback?
I'm going to bet you 80% of them do, because they are wrestling fans.
Meyer looking for a showstopper against Vibrock.
Well, Teague and Denmark clinched. Denmark Vikings. I'm going to say that is their first ever. Teague, the Denmark Vikings, who have long battled with Luxembourg Casco, Wrightstown, and Freedom to qualify for Team State, are making their first trip ever. So congratulations.
Yeah, Steve, a subtle reminder from Coach Allie Peterson off the mic that we go back to our early season predictions. Neither of us did pick the defending team state champions.
We did not. And we were reminded of that.
I don't think it'll be the last time we're reminded of it before we leave today.
T's going to go over and do some.
You want Coffin with the poster?
Yeah, with him and his 100-win guy. Oh, yeah. Then we'll post that.
Here, just sit right here.
Halfway point of 150. These matches still matter for seeding purposes. That's why, coaches, as we had Allie Peterson on before, why we don't see coaches just forfeiting out anymore. Just kind of taking a look around the state. Teams that have already clinched their berth. Talked about Denmark making their first ever trip. Evansville, not official, but they are on their way. Pewaukee and Port Washington battle. Port Washington wins that one. They wrestle back. Got St. Croix Central coach Brad Holzer out watching. The rest of the team is back in the practice mat. Logan Meyer, just a tall 150-pounder.